This video contains strong language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
So, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Hello and welcome to a immediate combat episode of 5% Chance of Disaster. This week, 5% Chance of Death. So let's jump right back into it. You guys set up two party members as bait with an invisible friend following them. Thrall, you were on invisible sentry as Ronan and Thalia were walking through the city square in an attempt to draw out the people that have been attacking and abducting pretty much everyone you've been in contact with over the last 3 weeks. And the rest of you were trailing behind them at a secure distance within 90 feet, so Robbie can use his trademark dramatic entrance as needed. You guys made it to the Brotherhood. Thalia went inside, picked up a couple of books, and came back out, and you guys continued on your path out. Where, as you guys exited the Brotherhood, in the southwestern corner of this square, you guys were intercepted by a very large man with a very large shield and a very, very large suit of armor, who, despite getting physically fronted on by Ronan, did not break his gaze away from Thalia. And as Cora and Lythar were following you guys on the roofs, Robbie moved up to the fountain. Lami's been trailing behind a little bit, and Frank and Maury took some shelter in the entrance to the Brotherhood, the little alcove at the front of the gate, where 3 crossbow bolts came shooting out from various buildings, and Ronan and Thalia were able to manage to get out of the way as these bolts sank into the shield of the dude in front of them. And that is where we pick up. So, oh shit.
My Discord just crashed for like the past 2 minutes.
What? Charlie Brown parents are here.
My Discord crashed for the past 2 minutes. All I know is we're about to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, he just did the recap.
Yeah. Alright. I'm pretty sure I remember what's happening, so...
You're on a roof. Thalia and I got shot at.
Yeah.
And
There's a big guy with just a tower shield.
Well, he's a suit of armor.
No
with a
other
tower
weapons
shield.
on this dude here. So, we have Thalia and Ronan. Thrall is here. Robbie is here. Robbie Keelik is kind of chilling out in Yoski. Cora and Lythar, you guys are about 40 feet up on top of the Walk of Faith, which is a spot that Robbie knows probably better than almost everyone. Lami, you're chilling out here as you were lagging behind the rest of the party. And Maury and Frank are here in this little alcove here. Everything good? Any questions? Any concerns? Last second questions before we jump into the murders.
What's your mother's maiden name?
Order at all.
What?
I don't remember the order at all.
I do, because I wrote everything down.
Nice.
Yay.
So, we will begin with Thalia.
Oh, shit. Okay, so that dude's still looking at me.
Yep. Look, he's still like being blocked by Ronan.
Okay.
But you do feel like somebody's watching you.
Okay, I'm going to grab my bagpipes, and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Okay. Remind me, Dissonant Whisper.
As long as it can hear me, target must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic, and must immediately use its reaction to move as far away from me.
That's
Okay.
dope.
Successful save, target takes half damage and doesn't have to move away.
Yo, nice boxcar 6-pack carrier. What? Next to his pens, markers, boxcar brewing. Right? Yeah.
It looks like a notebook.
Maybe it is a notebook.
No, it's a coaster.
Oh, it's a coaster. All right. Well, I was still
from
half
Boxcar.
correct.
I'm gonna say you'd have a rough time fitting a six-pack in there.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
There's no way.
What's the wisdom save on this guy?
Uh,
Or what's the DC?
15.
Distances. Okay, what's the damage?
9.
Quick, somebody zoom in.
Zoom in.
Okay, so are you're just playing your bagpipes at him loudly?
Not loudly. It's pretty quiet and it's atonal.
Okay, so there's a weird. You see where the spell should have landed. It should have caught him like right around the head and made him want to run, and the head doesn't move. And the figure kind of rocks back, and then settles, but doesn't move.
Okay. Am I close to like a wall or a building or something?
So you are up against, you're right near a wall. This is a large glass window into a haberdasher. Right here. A little hatch. Or no, I'm sorry, you are next to the pit. You're maybe 10, you're about 15 feet from a wall. Right now you're next to some tables and chairs here at this kind of ritzy spot called the patio.
Okay.
Pretty ritzy looking cafe.
I'm gonna try to move a little bit towards the wall in the cafe.
Okay. So yeah, that's 20 feet of movement. That's easy peasy. And as you clear Ronan, you see the head. You see the helmeted head of this figure following you as you walk away. So next up is Robbie.
Alrighty.
You just cast Armor of Agathis, and you are by the fountain. Big old fountain.
Okay. Do I see where those crossbow bolts came from?
Give me perception check.
I believe that's plus a 0. Yeah. That's a 1.
You see the crossbow bolt. You see that stuff happened, but for a split second, you lost track of their reverse trajectories and aren't able to see. You're not able to back calculate everything pretty quickly just because you can't see where they landed.
Well, I don't want to use Thundercept to hurt somebody, and nobody's taken damage yet, so he's 90 feet away.
I had the measurements written down. The whole patio, the whole square is 110 feet by 125 feet. So you can Thunderstep pretty much anywhere with movement.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really worried about that yet. I will, screw it. Let's see if I can't get some attention. I'm gonna try to move. Whoa, hold on, I went blurry, so I lost track of squares. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If you move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares out and like 2 squares down from the fountain towards the group.
Towards these guys down here.
Yeah.
Email forward.
Pretty much dead center.
Yeah, something. Yeah, pretty much like that. And then I'm going to. I don't like the look of that thing. Pop off an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
At it.
Okay.
I think that's still only 2.
Nope. 2 we lose.
5th level. Yeah, 2 beams at 5th level. Okay.
All right.
So that is a nat 20
Whew.
and a 21
Okay.
on the beams.
So both will hit.
Okay.
Give me that sweet Eldritch Blast damage.
Alright.
Doubling your damage dice because you crit. A monster. Can't believe you.
So the crit is 13 point. Oh wait, plus my charisma modifier. 18 points of force damage,
Great.
and then the non-crit is 15 points of force damage.
Okay. So. Okay. So
Hope that got
over
somebody's attention.
over Ronan's shoulder, these 2 bolts of energy just whiz over each shoulder and slam into this dude's shield and leave divots in it. Big smoking divots in it. And his head hasn't moved. He's still locked. Ronan, you see he's still locked on the Thalia.
Alright.
Lythar, you're up. You and
Uh,
Cora.
Is that an in character sound?
Is it? Could I take an action to like have Cora like do a perspective or perception check again about the arrows? Like, could I make that her action, like scout and try to figure out?
Where they came from?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could ask her to do that, or you can make that and have her assist.
I want to do something else.
Okay. So because you guys kind of share initiative, you can have her make that roll before you take an action,
Okay. So I'm gonna have.
and then you'll still get to do stuff.
Okay, so I'll have her perception. Oh shit! I dropped it.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
That one.
No, it wasn't. But that doesn't count because it just kind of flew out of my hands onto the
Hey,
floor.
that was a rule in one of my campaigns. Dice off the table, and that one.
Floor dice are ones. That seems
She
rude.
got a 19.
Okay, so she's trying to see where these bolts came from.
Yeah, and kind of just assess the general situation.
Okay. Let me. So, because you still have Speak with Animals up, correct? Right? You should still have Speak with Animals up?
He should.
I think so.
He cast that after Thalia and I came out
Hello?
of
Yes.
the
Hello?
thing.
Yes.
There you go.
are.
I do.
Okay.
Sorry, if I move my mic like an inch, I guess it like disconnects from Discord. I just
Did
have
you like throw your snowball down the stairs at one point or something?
It's fallen off my desk because of my cat. Why? Is
So-
that why you're asking about the connection stuff?
Mhm.
So, Cora kind of puts her nose up, does some sniffing, and her ears and her nose like her ears swivel to the front as her nose catches something and her head turns, and she points directly across to another cafe, which has a lantern lit sign that says the Crow Cafe. And then her head also swivels over towards the patio. And she goes, there's only 2 I can find. And they're somewhere over here in these 2 spots.
And I can't see them. Correct.
If you want to make a perception check to try to see them, unless you wanted to do something.
Does that take only one act? Like, could I attack if I do see them, or would that be?
I would, because she kind of gave you general directions, I would let that be. Yeah, you could do a perception check to see if you pick a spot where you want to look.
Right.
Because if you wanted to look at both, I'd let you get 1 attack instead of your 2.
I'm gonna check the Crow's Cafe one.
Okay.
Crow's Cafe.
Okay, give me a perception check.
That's a 15.
You throw your gaze over and you're kind of looking. You look on the ground floor, second floor, third floor, and then you see a glimpse of movement through a window on the fourth floor. And you see the shine of something metal directly across from you. Same altitude, but about 100... Yeah, about 110, 115 feet away.
But I don't have a clear...
You've got a good enough spot that you could take a shot at him. Like
I thought it was just like, okay.
You see something moving, and then as you're looking around, you see movement. It looks like somebody's recocking a crossbow.
Now, I can't cast a spell and attack, can I?
Correct.
Fucker. Alright, yeah, I'll try
Unless you're... Well, what's your casting time? Is it a bonus action?
It is.
I think are you looking for ensnaring strike? Because that's a bonus action.
No, I was looking for Hunter's Mark, which is a bonus action.
Correct.
So can't he Hunter's Mark and attack?
Correct.
Yes.
You can.
Yeah.
And if I do that, it means I deal more damage, but I also...
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Okay.
it at level 1.
Okay.
'Cause that's all. There's no point to do it at level 2. I don't think there is a level 2 actually yet. 3 or 4, yeah. So I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the guy at the Crow Cafe that I saw in the window.
Okay. Yeah, I believe you have to... Do you have to hit with that attack?
You choose a creature you see within range and just mystically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage whenever you hit it with a weapon attack, and you have advantage on any wisdom or wisdom survival checks.
Okay. So yeah. So he's tagged.
Okay.
And
Now
yep. So he is tagged.
I'm gonna take a shot. And that is a 22 to hit.
Uh, 22. You say?
Yes.
That is a hit.
Fuck yeah.
Roll me that damage, sir.
That's a 10 damage.
Is that plus your D6 plus your Hunter's Mark damage?
Oh shit, no, I'm an idiot. You're right. Wait, so I have plus 6 damage, and then the Hunter's Mark gives me 1d6 damage. So, what did I say, 10? So it's actually 11 plus a d6, which is 5, so 16.
16. Cool.
Sorry, I haven't used Hunter's Mark for a while.
You're good.
DP, I like your candle.
Excellent. So Cora, do you guys want to move? Is my last question for you.
Actually, yes. How big is the roof we're currently on? Like, I see we're next to the Walk of Faith, or on it.
You guys are above. So this right here is basically an awning. And a set of stairs leading into the walk itself, which is basically like a bazaar of religions. The building does go further back. You guys are pretty much on the edge of it.
Yeah, I want to... Well, what's on the other side of the Walk of Faith?
Here?
Another roof?
It's the other side.
Okay.
So it's basically two buildings, and then there's a walkway through the center where the people can basically get shops to, turn into tiny temples.
So the other side of the Walk of Faith is not the same altitude that I'm currently at.
It is the same altitude.
Could I jump that, or is that really far?
That's only 20 feet. I believe you can make that jump. You would have to give me a
Acrobatics or athletics?
I think your acrobatics is higher.
Yeah.
I'd say acrobatics to make that jump. If you and Cora want to make that jump.
Yeah. What if under her skills that's not there? What does she?
That'll just be Dex.
Oh,
Dex with your proficiency. We'll do that. She could also do athletics or acrobatics, whichever is better.
Okay, so just the same thing I'm adding.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, because you have proficiency. 1 second.
So it's next to your walking speed, Kendrick, your proficiency, just to the left
Oh,
of it.
so just add that to
You're
her?
just adding, I believe, 3
Okay.
to whatever.
Her
she's
dex
got.
modifier.
Let me actually pull it up so I can
Okay.
make sure.
So
we're
hers
all-
would be a +5, I'm pretty sure. 'Cause she's got
Do-
+2 on dex and +3 proficiency for me.
do yours real quick, and I'll pull up her sheet and make sure we're good.
All right, so I got a 22.
Okay. And then yeah, so you're adding 5
for-
to whatever
yeah.
her roll is.
And she got a 17.
So you get a good running leap, and you hop over. You nimble your bimble, quite smoothly.
Like always, baby.
Cora doesn't quite get it. Like you have like 10 feet of distance left on your landing. Like you cleared with ease. Her back feet catch right at the edge, but she also manages to make it across.
All right.
It's
Now
not
I'm
a it's not a crazy jump, but it was closer than it could have been.
And I'll end my turn there. Got to change the vantage point,
Cool.
ladies and gentlemen.
So it's the big guy's turn. And it is this big guy, the enemy big guy, the bad one, the one you all are fighting. Since his head has tracked onto Thalia, he's going to turn. Actually, first he's going to step up to Ronan and take that tower shield, and he's just going to put it up to Ronan, and he's going to do a thing.
Oh.
I don't like things.
I'm gonna politely
Like
ask him
Montaigne
to
from
step
Rainbow
away.
Six.
All right.
He's going to ask me about his Lord and Savior, C-3PO.
So he puts up the shield and kind of ducks down behind it, and Thalia, it looks, and Thrall, you guys see it from the sides, because Ronan, you really just see like tower shield.
Mhm.
It's like a sprinter taking off at the start of a race. Just all of this combined force and power slams into Ronan, and Ronan, it pushes you back about 15 feet.
Oh.
So beep, beep, beep. Give me a Dex save.
Which I have advantage on because I saw it, right?
This is not to dodge an attack. This is to stay on your feet.
Okay.
In curtsy.
That is a 11. Oh,
Okay,
wait, saving
so-
throw. 14.
And let me roll some damage real quick. What bonuses does he? Plus that, you will take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And so like after that shove, he's just like stands up behind the shield and turns, and he walks over to he stays parallel to you, Thalia, and he's just keeping himself between you and the exit. And he is directly in front of you. And
So, question.
yes.
I did pass it, but you just said an attack. Danger Sense says I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Okay.
What
give
is
me...
an effect? You didn't say I fell over, so it really doesn't pertain. Just so I know for the future, so I'm not like, do I have advantage on that, Mr. DM?
Actually, I would give you. I will give you advantage because he walked like directly up to you and like put the shield to your chest, so you did see it coming. Roll again at advantage.
Nat 20.
Okay. So you still get shoved back, but it's just this broad hit across your chest, and you like kind of skid to a stop. What damage did I say? 18.
16.
16. Take half.
Oh.
You made the save.
Okay.
He's gonna go over to Thalia. And yeah, that is his turn. And 1 second. Robbie, what's your AC? You are muted, friend. There you go.
15.
15?
Mhm.
Cool. So, from a different rooftop, Robbie, all of a sudden, you feel this something sink into your shoulder. And as you look back across it, there's a crossbow bolt just sticking into your, sort of through the frost in your, the frost on your duster. Let me roll this guy. Yeah, get out of the box. Come on, you.
No, it gets to in the box.
There you go. Okay. So take 7 piercing. And give me a Constitution save.
Is it poison?
Yes.
Excellent. That's at advantage. That is... Where are my saving throws? Oh, that's them. 23.
Okay. When it sinks, there's a weird feeling. For a split second, it feels like your arm kind of freezes up for a second and then kicks back in again. You're not sure if it was just from the damage, if they hit something vital, or if it was something else.
Do I see where they shot me from now?
Give me perception check, please.
13.
13. With that, yes, this one came from 30 feet up on the patio. And you see, you don't see the figure, you see the movement and the empty space where the figure was just standing. But he's about 30 feet up, also in a window. So now it is Keelik's turn. What is Keelik? Keelik's... Mori and Lami, you guys see Keelik after watching Robbie run out and Ronan come flying backwards. Keelik just kind of grabs, like, picks up the glaive in both hands and just kind of with a low growl is going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to spend basically his entire turn rushing up this way. So Ronan, is your turn. Let me make sure everyone can see all of these. I know that the font's a little small, but if you blow up my screen to full size, it might help.
Boom! Okay. I would like to rage.
Excellent. Give me that rage roll, please.
Ooh. That is an 8.
I forgot what an 8 is on the rage table.
A beam of brilliant light lances from my chest in a 5-foot wide, 60-foot long line. Each creature in the line must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 2d8 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
So you turn into Iron Man.
Yeah.
Pretty much. He gets a unibeam. Okay. So where are you going to shoot the guy who's
I'm going to shoot the guy, yeah.
Okay. So Ronan, you kind of pick yourself back up and you feel that pulse, that fury of magic. And all of a sudden there's like this weird sense of heat in your chest, and you look down and just at the center of your bare chest is this ball of light. And you just do it. And you fire it off at this dude. It's a deck con save?
Must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
What is the difficulty on your con save?
What is my con save?
What is your spell save difficulty?
I don't know because I don't have one, but if I'm using Detect Magic, my Constitution is my spellcasting modifier. So I don't know if that's the same.
I know, because I know we look at this every honking time.
Rage roll and determine magical effects. If Wild Surge requires a saving throw, the DC equals 14.
Cool. So this brilliant, the entire square lights up as this beam of light. What color is the light, out of curiosity?
White.
It's just pure bright white.
Pure bright white.
And slams into this guy. He unfortunately, you kind of caught him on the side that his shield was on. So he stumbles a little bit. Roll damage. Roll the damage. What, 2d8?
Yeah. That is 7.
Okay. So he kind of rocks with the impact. And once this beam of light is done, he kind of you see his armor's kind of glowing with like residual glow from this beam, and he just like you see the head look over to you, and then look back to Thalia.
Okay.
And that is Throw, our ninja assassin.
That was just me raging.
Oh shit! I am an asshole. I'm sorry. What do you want to do, Ronan?
I'm gonna whip my hook at him. I guess.
You gonna throw the hook?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the hook.
Using as your action, correct?
Yes.
Great. Cool. Give me that sweet attack.
That is a natural 20.
Okay. Roll damage for me. Are you going to attempt to
Can I pull instead of attack with my sword? Because I know if I rage, I can't hit with the hook, pull with the hook, and attack with the sword. Can I just attack with the hook and pull with the hook and not have my extra attack? Or can I not rage and pull the same turn?
You can't rage and pull in the same turn.
Okay.
because you can rage and make 2 attacks if you miss. If you miss with the first one, you can make the second one.
That's 1d4 plus 5.
So 2d4 plus 5.
That is a total of 9 damage.
Okay.
And God, hooking him kind of now that I can. I'll run at him and attack him with my sword.
Oh, so you're not attempting to restrain him. Because you landed the hit, so you can restrain him.
I'll restrain him. I'll stay where I am,
Okay.
and I will restrain him, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. So yeah, this and just he holds up the shield to block, and it goes basically around, and then it sinks back into the shield around the front, and it's just like this bone claw is just dug into some of the markings on the shield. It's just lodged in there, and kind of like he tries to lower the shield, but he realizes that this chain is still around him as he does. So Thrall, my good man, chilling right over Yoski next to where this thing is happening. Chris, I need you to move to like here to be in range of that. Okay, great. Just so there's a line to him.
So how far would you say I am from?
You are about 20 feet. So you could absolutely run in there and
Can I move behind him?
yes, absolutely. If you want to do it without making any noise, I would want a stealth check.
I could do that.
But I believe you get advantage because you can't be seen. I can never remember with
I
invisibility.
do have a disadvantage on stealth normally because of full plate. So I don't know how that works.
I believe the invisibility just counters it out, so you're just rolling bog standard.
Okay.
Man, there's a lot of nat 20s going around today. Jeez.
That's the first roll. That was just a move, right? Stealth.
That well, technically that's
Yeah, you're able to get right up behind him, and yeah, you're able to just get right up behind him. He has no idea that you're there.
I'm gonna use a fighting spirit there, and then I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna just slash at his back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, give me an attack roll.
That is a 19 to hit.
Are you at advantage because of your fighting spirit?
Yeah.
That's with that. So you pull up the sword. Are you slashing? Are you stabbing? What's your?
I think I'm gonna stab him.
You're just gonna
just give him a pokey poke.
Okay. So because you were invisible and because you're able to get right behind him, you're able to spot a couple of seams in his armor, and find a good spot to get your sword, and you just kind of line it up. And as you're about to stab, you hear that little voice just go, "A little to the left. There you go." And you stab it home between some of the plates in his armor. Roll damage for me, please.
Curtis is dancing while he's fighting.
It's 10 damage.
10 total? Okay.
Yeah, it's 1d8 plus 5.
Okay. So you get just right up in there. And as the invisibility drops around you, as you finish this stab, you hear this. You hear it sink between the armor, and you feel it catch on something inside, and you hear this like, "Ugh!" as you pull the sword out, there's some kind of dark liquid on it. But you just wham, got it right up in there.
I guess I can use my extra attack then too, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna do that too.
Okay.
Is that still at advantage because it's still my turn, or is it?
Yep. It's Fighting Spirit works on all your swings.
Well, that is a 18 to hit then.
Okay. This one with him moving, just like with him reacting to that first stab, you're trying to get into that same spot again, just hit him twice. But he's shifting a little bit and your stab just kind of caroms off his armor. And there's a long winding scratch across his back from where you stabbed him. But no real damage on this one.
Then can I action surge too?
Yeah, if you want to hit him again.
I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Not good. That's only 15. 15 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, and your third swing does not hit either. As he's trying to, he now knows that you're stabbing at him, so he's trying. He's doing his best to stay out of the way.
Okay. That is, I think, it for me. I believe.
Okay. All right. What else we got? Who's next? Juggling all my notes. Okay, so, Thalia, what's your AC?
13.
So, Thalia, as you're trying to work your way up against the wall, you feel a bolt slam right into pretty much your midsection. Just another crossbow bolt just slamming into you. And give me a con save, please.
Uh, 17.
Okay. Take 7 points of damage. And there's a weird sensation. There's a weird feeling coming from where you just got hit. But other than that, nothing really. You just got shot. You're not sure if it's, a side effect of being shot or the nerves or whatever. Things just feel kind of strange. So that was that. And this guy. 1, 2. Also. Robbie, what was your AC? Is 15?
15.
You take another bolt.
Okay.
Give me a con save, por favor. At
23.
23? Cool. So yeah, this one hits more squared in your back. And again, that same momentary and then you keep going. You'll take another 7 points of piercing. And Lami, you're up.
Do I see anybody behind me?
No, and actually, give me a perception check as you're the person furthest back from all the shooting.
Perception. That's an 18.
Okay. So you have spotted the other shooter. What are those? The other shooter is under an awning. You saw
ground level?
at ground level.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Robbie got caught right in the back, you saw that bolt come whizzing through the fountain. So he's
Bastards.
somewhere over here.
Hmm. You put a pickle in my plan.
I have that effect on people.
Take me east as far as I can go.
Yeah, you do, Curtis.
One second. All right. Sorry, we're back. So, what's your movement? What's your speed?
30. I'm normal. That's normal.
Put you right
ain't it
there.
Normal?
That's
Yeah.
normal.
Especially for a dude in full plate. So, as you can kind of see a figure underneath this awning.
Mhm.
You can hear shuffling and movement in underneath this awning, leading into the Walk of Faith.
God, what's the awning made of?
Cloth.
Oh no.
Okay.
Where am I in relation to this?
Hefty. I will say hefty canvas. To
How is
avoid
it-
exactly
how is
this.
How is it supported? Does it look like I could take this awning and make it go boop?
It's actually, it looks like it's basically like tied into the stone. Like this is a semi-permanent awning that they rig up, and they bring it down during really really torrential weather. But it's a pretty heavy canvas.
So I can barely see the dude. That's not good. Not good for me at all. All right, just leave me there. That's it. Done.
Cool. Maury.
All right. So, how tall is the Brotherhood of Books behind me?
How tall is the building?
Yeah.
Like 60 feet. Like it's a like 6-7 story building. It's a big honking building. The atrium you're kind of parked in, is maybe 15-20 feet high.
Okay. I was thinking, like, could I jump on Frank's shoulders and kind of like reach the top of that little?
To get on top of this alcove.
Yeah.
With Frank's help, you can certainly try.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Give me athletics
Oh God.
at
All right.
advantage.
Why did I do this?
You need to invent some wings.
It's a good idea.
Attach
Yes,
your
wings.
chicken to your back, and it's
Yeah,
just like,
I was about to say it's the chicken.
You say athletics or acrobatics? It
Um,
doesn't matter. They're both the same.
yeah, athletics. You're trying to jump and climb.
That's a 9.
It's a 9.
Oh, did you say at advantage?
At advantage because you're getting assisted by your robo friend.
And that is a dirty 20.
Great. So Frank kind of turns towards you and does that. sets his hands, and you step in, and he just kind of like whoop, and you land. Now you kind of get a feeling for how Lythar feels when he jumps, and it's just like boop, very delicately and precisely up a floor.
You bimbled your nimble.
Nice.
The
Your nimble was bimbled.
Yeah.
And at that same point, can I try and make a perception check to see where everybody's at?
Yes. Give me perception.
That is an 11.
Okay.
sense.
So, 1 second. So you spot, as you kind of turn around and get the equalizer and like make sure the equalizer is all squared away, you do see this gentleman slightly above you, but he's looking more into the square. You see somebody kind of in a window looking at the secondary bait you guys have set up, or that has set up for himself, pointing into the center of the square. So you do see this guy.
All right. So, okay, is that just my movement, or does the perception count as something as well?
No. So that's basically kind of a free action. So if you still wanted to shoot, you are.
Yeah, I want to take a regular old equalizer shot over at that guy way over there. How far? Okay, yeah, I got plenty of.
Yeah. What's the range on the equalizer? What the hell did I get?
Something stupid. Let's see. It is
Favorite year.
200 feet. Accurate 800 feet.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're good.
Right. Yeah.
You could hit anything on this map without incurring without rolling a disadvantage at any point. You're fine.
Nice.
So let's get to blasting.
I can't. Dude, it's been so long since we've done combat. I don't remember what my
That's how I felt. I was like,
what's my to hit modifier?
It'll be +6. Yes, because of your class, you get to roll with intelligence.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's 18.
Okay. That will hit. Roll damage for. Yeah, roll damage for me.
2d10. Maybe if I can.
He is not 2 sizes bigger than you, so I believe it's 2d8. Am I on drugs?
It's 2d12 against creatures 2 sizes.
Right. Yes, so it is 2d10
regular. It is
should really take better notes on my damage.
3. And then do I add my intelligence to that as well?
You will add.
Oh, it says +3 next to it for some reason.
I believe proficiency.
Okay, so that is 9, 3, so that's 15.
15. Cool. Down to. So, more you line up this shot, and you catch him full in the chest. There is a flash. There is a roar. And the dude that was standing in the window is no longer standing in the window. The silhouette, the figure is just. Poof.
the same dude I shot at, the crow guy.
No, he's over in the patio.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah. So Maury saw the dude in the patio. You're seeing the dude over here.
Okay. I just want to double check.
The
Don't
crow
steal my
guy?
kill, dudes. Yeah, he's in the crow cafe.
Yeah, the crow cafe is here.
I thought you were saying he was dressed like a crow, and I was like, Curtis never said that.
No, I'm saying,
No, sorry.
Don't take my kills.
The Crow Cafe is here. The Brotherhood of Books is here.
Okay.
The Walk of Faith is here. The Compass Rose is over here. And the patio is Yoski.
And then I want to send Frank over to Robbie.
Okay. What's Frank's movement?
That is a good question.
The Row Bros are going to hang out.
40 feet.
Cool. So... Yeah, they can... Yeah, we'll get him. So, yeah, Robbie, which way are you facing?
Me or Frank?
Which way are you facing?
Well, if I got shot in the back by the dude over there, I would assume, because I had eye on the guy that just got destroyed.
Okay, so yeah, we'll Frank will run up with his shield and sort of just be standing behind you to avoid you getting shot by any more unpleasantness.
Yay.
the Robros in the center of the square. All right. And... Oh, sorry.
It's okay. What does okay? Unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take one of the actions in its stat block, or the dash. Just what the heck is the stat block?
That's his strength dex con. So you can have it do a force empowered rend. You can have it repair, unless you tell it to go do something.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just have him hold there. It's fine.
Okay. Because the other thing you can tell him to if you yelled for him to cover Robbie, he can use his reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see. Within 5 feet. That's only melee attacks. I'd let that. He's got a shield. I'd let that apply for ranged attacks as well.
Nice.
So he can give disadvantage to somebody when they're shooting at Robbie.
Okay, so yeah, I'll have him hold that reaction then.
Okay. And with that, we are back at the top of the order. Give me 1 second. Okay. Thalia, you're up.
Okay. So the big dude's grappled?
The big dude has the chain around him, yes.
Okay.
The difference between restrained and grappled is pretty much the spelling.
Okay. I'm going to first use Bardic Inspiration. And I'll pull up. My bagpipe's already out. I'm going to inspire Ronan. And I might throw that in the chat from my playlist.
You should get a melodica and just play something.
Let me just go upstairs to where my piano is. Yeah. So that's probably not copyrighted for you, but so I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm going once I get through one verse, I'm going to let all the air out of my bagpipe, so it just becomes kind of a whooshing sound, and I'm gonna use polymorph.
Yes. All right.
Polymorph into the invisible stalker.
Okay. So give us all a brief description of what the hell is happening.
So as it just becomes air sounds from the bagpipes, suddenly kind of the air whips around a little bit, and suddenly Thalia is not. You can't really see her. No longer in the spot.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I need to pull up that particular pile of stuff.
I love polymorph, especially when the person's like, I polymorph into a dove, and then DM's like, what the fuck is a dove? What do I use for this?
How do I dove?
How do dove?
There's a few things I've. Do you need me to send the link to the? I've got an entire.
Yeah, if you can kick me the link, because I had it and then I lost it. And my monster manual is currently holding up this portion of the map.
There you go.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, cool. So that's your action.
Yep. And then I'd like to try. Oh, I can hover. I would like to hover.
You can. Okay. So you wanna just fly? You just want to take off?
Yeah, I'd like to move a little bit north if I could. Not super far, 5-10 feet.
Okay. How you're just gonna move? How high off the ground are you gonna get?
Yeah, I don't know if hover is a specific.
So basically, flying. Normally, if you can fly, if you don't have hover, you have to land somewhere at the end of your movement or you fall. Okay. This lets you float effectively.
Oh yes, okay.
So you could go 50 feet straight up, and just hang out.
I'll go 10 feet up. I'll start with 10. Okay. And do I notice if my creepy stalker guy is watching me still?
One second. If you want to make a stealth check to hide before you run,
Yeah.
Do that, please.
That's a natural 20. Plus 10.
Plus 10 for the stalker. All right. So he, for the first time, your stalker's body language he no longer has this sense of laser focus and purpose for you. He's now a little confused, and his head starts to turn and scan as you've disappeared and are now currently floating. You're still in front of him. You're just you're also pressed up against this awning over the patio. So where would you like to go? Or do you want to just hang out up there?
I'm gonna chill.
Okay.
I'm very excited about what has just happened.
Okay. Excellent. God, polymorph is fun. All right, Robbie.
First, I have to thank you for fitting into this in the most perfect story-driven way ever. Seeing Thalia disappear and that perfect stealth roll, I have no idea where she is. I'm going to assume this thing did something. I'm going to run so that I am within 60 feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of just point my sword in its direction. And I'll start to let out this burst of static that you guys are used to, but it starts to ripple and distort in the air and kind of feel like it gets pulled to a different dimension.
So,
and I summon Greater Demon.
As you are letting out this screech, you see we're gonna pull the camera up here because this is a pivotal moment. You see that command line pop up, and all it says is unit dispatched, designation, and there's a little there's basically just a blank space. What would you like to designate?
Oh, I get to designate it? I want to name it after Elon Musk's kid.
Kyle. We'll do all the alphanumerical stuff later. And those figures pop up, and they just lock in, and it's almost like a brand. It just the letters have weight, and it goes arriving in 5 and starts a countdown. And everyone else hears a very distant, you hear that screech kind of warp, and then there's this higher overtone that gets added to it, and it starts getting louder and dropping in pitch. And right on time with this countdown. Do you want to hit him with it?
You never told me what you reskinned it as.
Do you want to hit it? Do you want it to land on it?
Oh, on top of it. Oh god, yes. Oh god, yes.
There's something big and steel just drops out of the sky on top of this chained guy, and just slam! And there's this huge cloud of dust and debris and rubble. Thrall.
Oh, now it's a party.
Thrall, give me a dexterity save. Thalia, I don't, because you can. Let me just make sure I know what the hell you can do, because it's pretty much whatever.
Do a lot of things. There's a reason to pick this.
Give me a dex save at advantage. And he's gonna make a dex save. Oh man, I have too many fucking pages of notes. Where's Robbie? Where's Robbie? There he is. Okay. All right, what's everybody's dex saves real quick?
30, 20.
Okay. Oh, Brandon's not there.
Mm.
Oh, he disappeared. It's
Cool.
like his character.
So we'll get him to. We'll have him roll when he gets back. What did he get? What did my buddy get? They're all my buddies because they're all my NPCs. It's fine. Everyone's my buddy. Okay. So you all manage to keep your footing. Okay. So from the bottom, through this pile of smoke and debris, you hear this. And this pair of white eyes light up through this cloud of smoke. And as the smoke is starting to dissipate down this alleyway, you see a figure that looks. It honestly, it just looks like a large man, except
19.
the proportions. So yeah, you guys all managed to like keep your footing and not fall over. You see this huge figure, probably like 10 feet tall, but the huge metal crest of his helmet adds an extra 1.5 feet. Big, broad shoulders with this gold armor across it, but where there would be skin, there is just glossy black metal leading down to this thing, and it's a full face helmet with these two bright white eyes looking over and looking down at the person that it just landed on, and it just. And Thalia, looking up close to it, give me a history check. And if anyone else wants to make a history check as well.
What modifier would that be? Intelligence? Because I don't have my normal.
Let me pull yours up here.
Yeah, history's
I can't.
intelligence.
I'm using this. I'm using the stalker stats.
Oh right. Oh no. So yeah.
This will be fun. Is it intelligence then?
It's still intelligence. Yes. You just don't get any bonuses because
That's a 3.
invisible stalkers are not good at history. Okay.
I got a natural 20.
Okay.
There we go.
I don't
Look
think
at
I would
that.
know
I
what it.
don't
I don't
know.
think I would know what it was anyway,
don't-
though. I just rolled
yeah.
for the fun of it, but I
Could
don't
it be
think
that
I
I would
should
remember
know.
perfectly what to tell Thalia later?
Yeah. We'll make that like you like. Have
I'll
seen,
remember it real good.
like, your blacksmith brain is like, oh my god, I want to make this.
I also want to know, did it land just like in the center of the Rage Iron Man beam?
The beam only lasted for a couple of seconds.
Oh, did
This
it?
was
Okay.
just like, this is where this dude was standing is now a large crater. Because and like it's through the smoke, and it actually looks like this the being that's now standing here is kind of steaming. Like it's hot. Wherever this thing came from, it came down really, really fast. It kind of just dropped the thunder on that particular dude. So he's now grappled and prone underneath this thing.
Serves him right.
Bastard. Should have known better.
He gets an initiative roll, yes?
You'll have to let me know. I had him lumped in with your initiative
Give me 1 second to check D&D Beyond then.
because this is the first time I've gotten this spell cast. I wanted to
Roll
make it exciting.
initiative for it, so it gets its own
Alright.
initiative. So,
Hit me with that initiative.
come in at 7 initiative.
Okay. I need to try and do this without mucking up my everything. No, it's not.
Don't muck up your everything.
There we go. Okay, great. So that's your action, Robbie. We'll go back to the map camp. So yeah, there is a big old dusty crater with a very, very large, very sleek-looking robot standing in it.
Cool. With my sword still pointed at it, I will scream over to my big new shiny friend, "Destroy that!" While I'm pointing at it.
Okay. What's the control roll for when do you have to make that to keep it under your?
I believe it. I was just looking at this. At the end of each of the demon's turns, it makes a charisma saving throw. The demon has disadvantage on the saving throw if you say its true name. On a failed save, the demon continues to obey you. On a successful save, the control ends.
Great. Cool. So that's exciting. That's a thing you now know. Everyone be ready. It's going to be great.
Hi, guys.
Indoor plumbing, it's going to be big. So, Mr. Lythar, we'll jump to you. You and Cora chilling out on this rooftop. You've watched a actual meteor fall out of the sky and land where Thalia and Ronan and Thrall were just fighting.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, since I have that dude marked in the window, I'm gonna take a look. Is he in the same window? Is he in a different window?
He's still in the same window.
What an idiot. I'm gonna take a shot at him.
He hasn't had a turn yet.
That's true. So I'm gonna take a shot at him. That's a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
No, yeah, 24 to hit. What is that? D8.
D8 plus D6.
Oh, that's a 7 plus 6, so that's 13.
Plus your D6 for Hunter's Mark.
Oh, shit. You're right. 13 plus 4, 17.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, you just light up a good, clean shot, and you can see him like there's a beam of moonlight shining in the room with him.
He's still kicking?
He's still up.
All right, motherfucker's gonna get hit again. Freaking
Get
idiot. Being alive and all that.
How dare he?
How dare
That
he
is,
live?
that is a 19 to hit.
Okay, that one will hit as well.
And then that's another 7, and then the D's. Oh, sorry, 7 plus 6. So that's another 13 plus 3, so that's 16.
Okay, so yeah, you put 2 solid arrows into this dude, and he isn't. You know he's still in the building. He kind of with that second shot kind of like shifts away
Yeah, that's
a
what
little
I
bit.
thought. Yeah.
That's him. What's Cora doing?
Well, sorry.
Before you go places.
He's so bad, and I thought my turn was going to come so much faster, so I was
No, I'm
waiting.
sorry. You're
And I was like, Robbie's summoning a demon. I got to stay for this.
Robbie just Titanfalled the poor bastard.
Yeah. Well, Kendrick Knowledge knows there's a dude below me, but neither of us know that, correct?
Give me
Cora give
me if you want to actually give me a perception check to see if you saw the shot at advantage if you want to see the shot that came and hit Robbie in the back.
Oh yeah.
Give me perception with
Am
advantage.
I percepting or is she percepting? I guess she, since I already did stuff.
Yeah, have her do it.
At advantage though? Or
not at advantage.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, well, because if she's doing perception, yes, at advantage, because this dude smells and you're close enough. She's close enough to smell him.
Right. Okay. That's a 13.
Okay. At advantage?
Yep.
Yikes.
Yeah, 2 bad rolls.
Yikes. But yeah, this guy is her nose kind of, she looks over at you and goes, "There's one below us. Do you want me to get him?"
Oh, she knows off of that.
Yep.
I do, but I already used my extra attack. which is my action to have her attack, isn't it?
You can use your bonus action to tell her to have her get in there.
My girl. Yes, I want her to go get her.
Okay.
And fun fact, Josh, how close, or I guess Curtis, how close is Lamy to this person?
About 15 feet and around the corner. So
Please.
pack tactics will matter when the fight starts.
Okay, because what is it? Oh, melee range. Duh. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna be like, Cora, go down there and kick his ass.
Okay.
Just gonna nimble or bimble off the roof, and
She's gonna. Okay.
Well, it's below us, right?
Right here, and you guys are here. He's right, Yoski. He's under the awning, but he's like right there.
Does he not know we're there?
You don't know.
We're about to find out. Cool. So that is a. Where is she?
Yeah, give me an athletics or acrobatics check to ever get down.
To attack. So that is a 19 to hit.
Is she attack?
Yeah, I'm telling her to attack.
Okay, give me an athletics check or acrobatics
Oh.
to have her get down, because you're 40 feet above this dude.
Can I keep that 19 to hit?
You can use that 19 for her for her other roll, if you want, and re-roll her, or you can lose it.
I'll use that for her acrobatics, which would be 19 or fuck. It was plus 4. 19 minus 4.
15.
15 plus 3, 18.
Okay.
Would be an 18.
Okay. So she turns and takes this leap and just whoop, and comes tearing down. And we'll cut to this poor bastard's camera angle because he's sitting there trying to reload, and he heard somebody in full play like tromping over towards him. And all of a sudden, there's this ripping of canvas, and this now glowing wolf just came down, also like a comet, and just is ripped through this canvas and is basically standing right next to him.
Hell yeah! And then let's see, that's an 18 to hit.
Okay, that will hit. Roll damage.
2d4 plus 2.
Mhm.
Wow, I got 2 1s. Well, wait. No, that's a 3. I got a 1 and a 3, so that's 4. Plus 2, that's 6.
Okay, so you just from back over here, you hear just this, and oh shit, and it's the sounds of scuffling happening underneath this awning, as he throws up an arm to avoid the teeth, and Cor just grabs on it and drags him to the ground. And there's now Lamy in front of you. You hear the sound of a very large angry wolf and the sound of someone who's about to wet his pants.
And
over
he's
here.
prone.
And he's prone. He is not a happy bug. He's not a happy dude.
Because that's what, a save throw for him not
That
to
is,
go
yeah.
prone?
It's
Yeah.
an 11, and he did not do well.
What up, bitch?
Uh,
All right.
so she's down. So, meanwhile, over here in Cratertopia, he's going to make a strength check. And Mike,
stab him in the leg.
if you can roll strength for your demon
For XAsh-A12.
yes, for Kyle. If you want to roll strength for Kyle.
Strength. I'm just making sure he doesn't have any advantages.
It's the same stat block as what we talked about, even though the
Yeah.
book's different, so we're good.
That is a 15.
Cool. So your demon Kyle is standing there, and normally it would look like somebody's breathing heavy, but he doesn't have to breathe. And all of a sudden, you see this gauntleted fist grab around its leg and just pull. And Kyle actually slams into the wall. And you just see this shield come up out of the rubble as he pulls himself up, looks around, grabs the chain that's around him, and pulls. Ronan, give me a strength check, please.
It's a natural 20.
So is mine.
Okay. I had advantage, though,
My Schwartz is as big as yours.
because I'm raging. My strength is +5.
His is +4.
Ooh.
So he goes to pull this chain. It's not to break the grapple, it's to pull you. And he just pulls on this chain, and there's this. He looks up to you, and for the first time, because of the bright white light coming out of the eyes of this thing, you find the eyes of this thing that just landed on him. You see kind of inside the helmet, and now the helmet looks a little cracked, and there's a pair of red eyes behind the helmet. There's a pair of red points of light standing behind this helmet, staring at you.
Dope.
It's
dope, yo.
And one last time, he's going to just keep staring at you, and he's going to pull again, because that's really all he can do. Roll strength through me, please.
Dirty 20. I rolled a 15 +5.
That's a 21 from him.
All right. Guess
So-
I'm going for a ride.
He like has it around the shield in the arm, and he just hauls, and you feel the chain starting to slip. Are you gonna let go?
No.
Okay. And he pulls you. It just this one heave, and you start to slip, and you start to slide, and he's just. It's not like a yank. It's just this hand over hand. He's basically wrapping it around his forearm like a winch, and it's just. And he just brings you over, and doesn't. He's just got you, and he is nose to nose with you. And yeah, now you can see this red light behind the helmet. These two just spots of red staring at you.
Okay.
And that's him. So, Lythar, the dude you marked, you see him suddenly drop to the ground floor. Just drops straight down and starts running through this cafe across the way until he's right about there. And
Am I allowed to speak out of initiative track or no?
that's always a tricky question.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna. Never mind. I'm not gonna want to.
Okay.
I'm gonna scratch that because I was thinking of something, but I also don't want to shout and possibly give my position away more than I already have.
Okay. And this assassin just you with that beam of moonlight kind of shining down on him, you see like this silhouetted outline drop to a knee and line up on Keelik. And he's going to Robbie, this crossbow bolt wings across in front of you and hits Keelik in the shoulder as he's running. He has to make a doodad. And he's running, and in mid-stride, he just kind of like locks up and just falls flat on his face in the dirt. just
I
like,
forgot about what Cora told me. Shit.
and he just like he falls and kind of just like skids a little bit and is just face down on the ground.
Serves him right.
What? So it's his turn, and he ain't moving. So Ronan, it's up to you, big friend. So you're face to face with this very beefy man.
Can I unhook the chain and two-hand my sword?
Unhook the chain from him
From my
or from
wrist.
you? Yes, that you can do if you want to drop the chain and get both hands on your sword. That's totally cool.
I would like to do that.
All right.
I would like to do 2 swings at him.
Okay.
The first is a +8 dirty 20.
Okay. What about the second one?
Second one is a 21.
Okay.
Rolled a 13.
So the first swing, you drop the chain and just pull back and just get your first good clean swing at him. But your second one, he sees it coming and is able to throw the shield up and catch the second swing on the shield.
But the second one was higher.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He has a reaction. He could take his reaction.
Okay. Serves him right.
So, roll damage for your first attack, please.
Okay. Is two-handed D10s? No, that's already
What's your
a
normal
D10.
damage?
D10
It's-
plus 5.
It's probably either 2d8 or a d12. Let me look. We're not gonna play with
We just talked about it, and I forgot. to add
2d8.
it.
2d8 two-handed.
That is 8 plus... Still plus 5?
Yep.
Okay, so 13?
So 13. Cool. Where's my pen? I keep putting it down.
I don't like D4s.
Okay.
They're not very
Um,
satisfying to roll.
No.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do as you are nose to nose with this?
I suppose I can't pick the chain back up now. Now it's just a free chain.
If you use a bonus action, I'll let you reach out and
I'll use my
grab it.
bonus action.
Okay. So you drop the chain, you get 2 quick hits in, and he's kind of reeling a little bit with the swing, but you're able to reach out and snatch the chain out of before he can, move too far from it.
Okay.
All right, back to my initiative track. Thrall. Back to you, my friend.
Am I still behind him ish?
Yeah.
Or am I
You are still behind him. You guys currently have him boxed in this corner.
where's his shield?
His shield is basically between him and it's between him and Ronan basically at this point, because he was able to catch one of Ronan's swings on it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stab him under the, I guess, left side in the rib.
Okay,
Is that where
just
I'm
get
at?
up in the ribs. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Give me
It's a 27 to hit.
that will hit. That will hit like hell. So roll damage for me.
That is a 13.
Okay.
Love.
And then I guess extra attack.
Okay.
I didn't use Fighting Spirit this turn though.
You want to use Fighting Spirit again?
No. I said I didn't because.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. Okay, so yeah, you get your extra attack.
This one is 23 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
Oof. And that is an 8 for damage.
Excellent. Okay, so as you're you get under him, and you still feel that voice. Like, careful now, careful. There, and it's you feel not forcing you to do anything, but just like pointing out a couple of places that you can get these really good hits in. Just kind of guiding your hand a little bit. And the first stab, it's like there, and the second stab, it's just you feel it. It's more the presence is more forward in your mind. The dancer is moving forward, but now it's just watching. It's just watching you work. Now we move to. So which one are you? Okay, so the one that Maury took a pot shot at, he's going to. He's no longer in the doorway. He's vanished for a second. And Maury, kind of keeping an eye out on this area, you see. Suddenly you see movement on the ground floor. Here, I'm actually going to shift this so we can get more of this in sight.
More LEDs in sight, please.
More.
Make the game go faster.
That's what LEDs do. It's like
That's what you do in a
make
computer.
it go faster.
flames on a motorcycle makes it go faster.
Paint it red, baby.
Yep.
Treat it like green skins.
All we need now is some stickers that say things like Cobb tuned on it.
And he's going to take a check. Okay. So he doesn't see. Great. What's your AC, Ronan?
16.
Okay. So from beside
Did you just lick your mic?
Huh?
So Ronan, you're standing and
Gross.
you're still nose to nose with this grumpy man.
I didn't lick it, Deeps.
And
It looks like
there's all of a sudden you feel this, and there's a crossbow bolt sticking out of you.
Great.
Give me a con save, please.
You have bardic
Plus
inspiration
7.
if you need it.
It's a dirty 20, so I'm gonna keep it. I rolled a 13 plus 7.
That's cool. You see.
Guess I shouldn't have
Yep.
kept it.
No, that's fine. I'm doing the rest of the math. Hang on.
There's like a small gnat flying around between my screens. It's driving me insane.
So because this blindsided you, take. Is that math? 26 points of piercing
So halved to 13?
to 13.
Oh boy, if that hit
He's not-
anybody else.
He snuck up on you, buddy.
Oh,
That's half my health.
Yep.
oh.
So that's him. Let's see who's next. He's gone. He hasn't gone. He's gonna try and get. What's Cora's AC?
16.
Okay. Have her make a Constitution save for me, please.
Tits. Is that just plus my proficient? No, I'm not.
Plus her constitution.
Just plus 1.
Are saves modifiers plus proficiency?
If you are proficient in them, yes. He is not.
Oh.
So just her constitution modifier?
Just her con mod, yes.
Let's see, 16.
That's a 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in this little scuffle down here, the guy manages to break out of that grapple, like twist his hand free of Cora's teeth and pull his short sword and take a slash at her, and he nicks her. So she takes. So she'll take 5 points of slashing. And the other part doesn't matter because she made the save.
My girl.
And Mori.
I thought you were going to kill her, and I was about to be like, I rage, even though I can't do that.
I suddenly multiclass into Barbarian.
Yeah.
Elf boy rage.
Mori, you hear a door open below you.
Oh god.
And walking out
Oh no.
from the Brotherhood is a man dressed in all black with a hood and what looks like a crossbow drawn. He is going to take a shot at Frank.
Don't hurt my boy.
What's Frank's AC?
15.
Does he have a thing about not being able to be surprised?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So he give me a con. Is Frank immune to poison?
He is immune to poison.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about the con save. Great,
Nice.
easy peasy. He takes 11 points of piercing.
Okay with that.
So this cross, you just see this figure just move forward very casually, pull up his crossbow, swang, thunk, and just peg Frank. Beating him real good. And it is the demon's turn.
The demon.
So this thing just and just kind of settles itself, and you see the armor on its shoulders kind of shift a little bit as it turns, and it locks eyes with this thing that's up against that's staring down Ronan. Man, this is awkward because I have to have all these different sheets up. Pain in my ass.
I mean, I've got his sheet up.
Yeah, if you have his sheet,
Yeah.
Make
The only thing that I'm going to ask is that you roll the charisma save on that, because I will not roll against myself.
Okay, I will still make that roll against you. That's fine. He's just going to just punch him right back. Nothing too crazy. He's just.
I was gonna have him do it recklessly.
Sure, let's do that.
Reckless multi-attack.
Okay.
So he'll start with the bite, which is a 4 and a 5 plus 7. So I'm going to assume that doesn't hit.
I'm going to imagine a Kirby punch.
5 plus 7.
Yeah, it was 12.
Yeah, no, that will not hit.
Alright, so the first fist. Wow, these suck. 15.
Okay, no.
And the second one, that's cocked. 17.
Okay. So this thing just pulls up its fists and just cross, and instead of a bite, just that huge metal plume just comes swinging down and just gonks the dude in the head. All three of these are really good, palpable impacts. He just doesn't react. does not feel a thing.
And he has a -1 to his charisma.
Tell you what, because that dice went under my couch.
The cats can get it later.
Let's take this opportunity. Let's pause there with the end of the demon's last turn. We'll pause there. We'll take a 10 because we've been running for a while, and we'll be back at 9:30 to hopefully keep things rolling. So everybody, take a 10, and we'll be back.
10.
So, charisma save, because Abby got me my die back. 1 second.
-1.
Great. So we're good. Everything's fine. Nothing changes. Nothing gets wonky. So, billy. Guess who's back?
Back again.
So,
Shady's back. Tell a friend.
All right. So, Lami, you're up, big guy.
Okay.
So you are now hearing the sounds of scuffle over Yoski.
Yeah, I did hear that, and I had a plan, but then I heard a bolt shot from behind me.
Correct.
But Cora,
Let me do some counting. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 30 feet.
You can make that.
Yeah, so to preface this, my sword is not drawn. I have my shield drawn.
Correct.
And I am going to full sprint at this M5 man.
Okay.
Making big scary dragon noises with the intent of completely knocking him to the ground. And I would like to try and disarm him.
Okay.
I completely forgot that was an objective.
That's okay.
Oh, dude, me too. I was just gonna kill everybody. Okay, good.
So
Thanks, dragon friend.
Listen, someone's got to play the objective. Someone has to be the Lucio.
Gotta keep that KD up.
So 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're just basically gonna tackle him?
Yeah, tackle him to the ground.
Sweet. Yeah, give me
like shield in front. Like I'm just gonna.
You're shield bashing this man.
Yes.
Great. give me a yeah, and you're. Hang on.
Hold the phone.
Okay. So as you start to get this head of steam, and you start huffing and puffing and getting ready to blow this dude's face off, and
roaring too, some roaring.
He's loading the crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he has it down, and he's pulling up and reloading this crossbow, and he hears you coming, and he turns, and you see this leather, the leather band across his face. You just see his eyes, and they get real big as you're coming at him. Give me, your shield is +2? Or
yes.
+3? Okay.
Just +2.
Okay. Give me, give me an attack, where you're adding 2 plus your proficiency to so strength +2 plus proficiency to hit.
Oh, lovely.
Because you're attacking with the shield, and there's surprisingly not anything for that in this book. You assholes. Mercer!
Why would they make a shield attack? People do that.
That would be +10, right? Yeah, because I have +8, normally +2 for the shield, so it's +10. Okay, so that's
attack?
I have a +8 to hit, yeah.
Yeah, so +10 to hit.
Yep. Okay, that's a 29.
Great. Boy, you're really gonna get him. I'm not even going to really Okay, so what happens? Let's back this whole thing up. So we'll shoot this from Maury's perspective. So Maury, you're reloading the equalizer, and you see this man walk out from underneath you, and all of a sudden you hear this roar, you hear this screech, and hear gum gum gum. You hear the sound of like somebody running, and all of a sudden the ground feels like it's shaking a little bit as you watch Lamy start getting ahead of steam, and he's roaring, and there's smoke pluming from his nostrils, and he pulls the shield in front of him, and it starts to glow, and it's starting to shriek behind him like a comet, and he just blasts this guy, just BAM! And the dude drops his crossbow and sails into the wall.
You broke
roll damage
all his
for me,
arms.
please.
So what am I rolling for damage for that? Would that be unarmed? Would that be...
Let's make that a D6. You had enough momentum behind that I'll up that to a D6. D6 plus 5.
Oh yes, D6 plus 5. Perfect. Okay, so that is 9 damage.
Great.
1d6 for 10 feet.
Fuck.
Oh.
Never mind. So he sails up against this wall and just hits into it. But he kind of rolls with the impact. So he like bounces off the wall and rolls and doesn't quite spring back to his feet.
Mm-hmm.
But like he goes to that 3-point stance and like staggers back up. And is looking at you from, the 25 feet you threw him.
Perfect.
Against the wall. You absolute madman.
He had to move.
He did. Boy, did he. What else would you like to do? Do you have any bonus actiony things you'd like to do?
Boy. Nope, that's it. Just that's it. He no longer has a crossbow, and he went sailing. That'll work.
Maury, you're up. What would you like, friend?
All right, so noticing that he just laid out a man in front of me, I'm going to go ahead and... how big is this? Sorry, I want to cast Web on him.
On the dude over here? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like grab my chicken, and it's gonna like open its beak, and like a net of web is just gonna kind of shoot out of its mouth and
okay,
land right on him, and he has to make a Dex save, I guess, of 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
The chicken is now a net launcher.
Yes.
What is his Dex save?
What noise does the chicken make when it expels this thing from its mouth?
I'm gonna imagine it's something moist and gross because it's web. I don't know.
Yeah. So with as he sort of like loads the chicken and the net sails and catches on this wall, and as it's starting to wrap around the guy, he sort of ducks and he turns and he catches it on his shoulder and kind of rolls with it to the edge and smears it across the wall, but he gets out. He dodges it.
Okay.
He makes it out. Very, very close. It was more luck than anything else, but he did not catch the net.
Dang. Okay. Then I think I can really do much else.
Couldn't you still attack? You just couldn't reload.
Right. I don't ever think I spent a bonus action to attack or to reload.
You could this turn, because casting a spell is your action. unless Web.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Web is an action.
Yeah, and then I guess I'm gonna spend my bonus action to reload the equalizer.
Okay. Regular round or
And
explosive round?
a regular one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure web is flammable, and I feel like that would be a bad thing. All right.
Yep. Okay. What would you like Frank to do?
It could be a good thing.
I'm gonna have Frank also follow up and run towards Mr. M5.
Okay. Frank's movement is
And-
40.
Yes.
Okay. So Frank's able to get pretty much right up to him and kind of box him in on that wall.
Nice.
So he could attack if you want him to.
Actually, I think I'm just gonna have him. Hey, 1d8 plus 2. Yeah, sure. Let's do a Force Empowered Rend.
Okay. Take a jab at him. Okay.
Well, that is a nat 1. So
Okay. So Frank makes a lunge, and the guy just very casually just like whoop sidesteps over, and Frank's spear actually sinks into the wall a little bit, and he's gonna. It'll take basically a quick. It'll basically burn like a bonus action for him. He can burn his reaction to pull it out and be ready to fight. So we can have. So he pulls it out, but that's burning his reaction, so he can't make an opportunity attack if the dude tries to run. So we're back on top, Miss Dahlia.
Okay. Do I have an idea of the attacker above the patio, or like in the patio area?
There is one there. You saw the bolt whiz and hit Ronan. And you can see him sort of crouched in the doorway.
Okay.
Reloading his crossbow.
I would like to go and attack him twice.
Okay. Weird for the bard to say that. All right.
So I can do 2 slam attacks.
Okay. Give me 2 attack rolls, please.
All right. That's a nat 20.
All right. and your second one. God, there's so many crits today.
That is an 18.
Okay, so both of those will hit.
Okay.
So you'll roll 4d6 on your first one, and 2 on your second one.
Oh, that's cool. So 23 on the first hit.
Jeez. There is an angry air spirit amongst us today.
Wind
And 13 on the
slaps.
second hit.
What was the second one?
13.
13. Jeez. All right. So, Ronan, as you guys have all surrounded this dude, you see the man who shot you. All of a sudden, it's like he's getting punched by someone who isn't there, and he's just like, poof, and like gets slammed against the wall and then slammed against the floor, and he kind of like leaves the crossbow uncocked. He's looking a little dazed because he has no fucking clue what just hit him in the face. Robbie, my good sir.
Okay. Well, now I need this map back up. So I saw that crossbow bolt come out. Do I see M2 if I look over that way?
Yeah, he's. You saw the bolt hit Keelik, so you're able to backtrack it and track him down.
Excellent, because I don't want, this Armor of Agathis to go completely unwasted. I'm going to look over at Kyle and go, Kyle, continue, and then bolt at M2.
All right. Cool.
And that way I have said his name. And then, I'm gonna grab my sword with both hands and swing it down on his head.
Cool.
And that should be, well, let's see. Do I want to? No, just this. So that is a 21 to hit.
That will absolutely hit.
That is 1d10. And that is 7 magical slashing.
Okay. So you give him this big, like, you feel, you're just too big, two-handed swing, and you see it bite through the armor, the leather armor that he's got. And when your sword comes out, there's blood on the weird pixely edges of it. He's kind of throws the blade off and backs up just a hair. Anything else you'd like to do, sir? Your bonus action was telling Dude Bro what to do. Talking to Kyle.
I believe that actually counts as a free action, but let me double check that.
Oh, I bet it's actually that would be nice.
It would be. When you summon it, and on each of your turns thereafter, you can issue a verbal command to it requiring no action on your part, telling it what it must do on its next turn. If you issue no command, it spends its turn attacking any creature within reach that has attacked it.
Great. So yeah, you have a bonus action.
I do, but I don't know if I want to spend it yet. 30 feet. No, I don't want to do it yet. No, I'll just, I'll stand there and, look all menacing in front of the guy.
Okay. Lythar. You and Cora.
As much as I want to kill the dude I shot like 4 times, Robbie seems to have the situation handled over there.
Robbie is currently fronting on that man.
So I'm gonna jump down to where M4 and Cora are.
Okay.
Well, wait, can I shoot? Can I see him from where I am?
Not really, because there is this awning covering the whole thing.
Alright, so I'm gonna nibble my bimbo
Didn't
and
Cora
jump down.
like tear through that?
There's a hole, but you can't really see anything through that hole. You know that they aren't where she landed.
Alright, yeah, I'll jump down.
Okay. Give me athletics or acrobatics to make that land.
Let's say 14.
You rip through. You make the jump, and it's a good jump. The awning was a little tougher than you expected, and you don't come through as cleanly as you would have liked. Like your foot catches a little, and you land in a little more of a sprawl and a tumble. You're able to pop back up to your feet, but you twinged your ankle a little bit, and you've lost a couple of feet off your movement. But that's not really an issue because you're in melee with this dude.
All right. I'm gonna attack him with my short swords,
Okay.
which is dual wield, so 2 attacks, but not extra attack. Yeah.
Correct. So you will attack 4 times total.
Oh wow. So that is a 10 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Ooh, and that is a 17 plus 9 or plus 8, 26,
That'll hit.
27, whatever.
Okay. So your
So that's
offhand
a-
will hit.
That's a d6, not plus 5.
Just straight
yeah, 'cause
d6.
it's the offhand. That's a whopping 1.
But you hit him. He's got
I
one
did.
less hit point than he did a second ago.
This is why I shoot people, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Do you want to use your extra attack? You do it again?
I'm gonna have. Well, wait, I can't, right? Doesn't Cora, if I want her to attack, that's my extra attack?
That's your.
I keep. Extra attack and bonus actions are different, aren't they?
Correct.
So, yeah, I'll try again. As long as that is a thing.
Yep. You can absolutely go again.
And then have her do. Yeah, okay. I keep always getting that confused because I
No, you're
feel
good.
like that's a lot of things happening. Boom, that's a 19 plus 10.
Yep, that'll hit.
Or plus 8. So that's
19 hits.
So this is the d6 plus 5, and that's a 6 plus 5, which is 11.
Great.
And then my offhand is a 18 plus 8, redeeming myself.
Okay.
Another d6
6.
is a 3. So the first hit was 11 damage. That one was a 3.
Mhm.
14, 15, 16 damage.
So yeah, you get your short swords out, and you're able to just turn yourself into a little bitty blender. Moving up on him. So Cora's gonna attack.
And she's got pack tactics.
Yep.
Because for once, I'm the person giving it to her. That doesn't normally happen.
What?
Y'all are in a fight together.
Woo! Usually it's one of the big guys doing that.
Phrasing.
Oh, we're still doing phrasing.
As advantage on attack rolls.
Correct.
Yeah. So to hit, right? Or-
Yes, attack
yeah.
is to hit.
So that's the first one is a 12. And the second one is a 17.
Okay, so second attack will hit.
Yeah.
So
She does what
do that damage.
I hate the D4 dice. So that's 7 damage.
Okay.
Or wait, I got a 1 and a 4, so that's
So
5.
5
2.
plus 2
Yeah,
is 7.
Yeah, sorry.
So so she, after you do your blender impression, she snakes around behind you and gets another bite on his arm. This bite's not quite as good of a grip, and he's able to just roll with the bite and kind of shake her off. So she doesn't actually sink into his giblets. All right. So big dude over here in the corner of pain, which is no longer on fucking map. This is much more difficult. Fucking get it. There we go. Over here in the corner of pain. The corner of badness and death. Big dude still has Ronan's chain wrapped around his forearm. From the earlier thing. And he, let's see. What's he gonna? He's going to try and yank the chain out of Ronan's grip real quick. So Ronan, strength checks, please.
Strength check.
Check.
That is 11.
That is a natural 20. So he is able to just plant his feet and yank on this chain. And he, as hard as you want to grab onto that thing, he just rips it out of your hand. And he turns back to, once he's got the chain around his wrist, he turns to Kyle, who he has to look a little more up at than he did Ronan. And he's going to, it's not quite the Carl Urban like reloading his fists, but he definitely like kind of switches into a more aggressive stance, and he's just gonna start trying to bash this dude in front of him. So that's a 22 and an 18. Do those hit?
Both of those hit.
Excellent.
Oh, and it's all also at advantage.
Oh, perfect.
Because he was reckless.
Cool. So one of those becomes a crit.
Okay.
Let's see. So the non-crit. Non-crit hits for 16?
16.
Second one hits for 30.
Awesome.
The crit hits for 30. So he kind of just drops, and it's just the first one is just a cross hit with the shield, and the second one he basically just full on. It's weird to see somebody try to stab with their shield, but he just wails into this thing. Does he have anything else he gets to do? Didn't do that. Can't do that. Cool. So that's him. And now I'm all confused because I didn't label these as well as I wanted to. And Robbie, dude in front of you is going to attempt to hit you with his with the short sword he just pulled.
Oh boy, oh boy.
That's a 16 and a 17 to hit.
Both of those hit.
How much is he taking off the armor?
He will take 20 points of damage for the first hit, and then depending on how much damage he does, we'll discuss after that.
All right.
Because I believe it's every melee attack. I don't think it's once a turn.
All right.
It's every melee attack, yeah.
Okay. So first is 7 piercing. Give me a con save.
Okay. Poison again?
Yep.
Okay. Plus 5 is a 17.
Okay.
And he destroyed the armor of Agathis with that hit. So he will not take the additional 20 on the next.
Thank God. Second hit is another 7, and I need another save.
Okay. And that is 16.
Okay. God damn it. So he comes at you and it gets that first hit and it hits your armor and it cuts into the ice and the ice basically shatters out at him and he takes a couple of bolts of ice like into his chest. And he's breathing funny. There's a weird gurgling noise that's starting to happen. But the second he managed to keep on his feet and get in that second hit. And then he's going to attempt. Does he have a thing he could do? Not really. Yeah, he's just gonna he's going to stay there kind of with his guard up for you. And now it's up to Keelik. Does nothing. Ronan, you're up.
All right. So you can tell me if I'm allowed to do this or not. Since he has ripped the chain from my grasp, can I take my left hand and grab my large javelin off of my back? For my offhand weapon?
That's an action, isn't it?
So it's a bonus action to sheath or unsheath a weapon. Generally.
So I would think that would be unsheathing because it's...
You're pulling your second weapon. You. If you're stabbing with it, I'll let you stab with it for a D8, especially because it's in your offhand.
Okay.
But if you want to pull your shortened ballista bolt down and use it in your offhand, that is entirely your prerogative.
All right, I would like to do that.
Okay, great.
And then I would like to reckless attack him 4 times. Is that how that works? Because
So
main
you're
hand,
attacking-
offhand, main hand, offhand.
Correct. Did you end up taking dual wielding?
I took 2 weapon fighter.
2 weapon fighting. So you now are adding your proficiency bonus
Okay.
to these. So you are rolling 8 times because they're all at advantage.
All right. So the first one I'll make be my right hand, both 16s plus 8, so 22.
That'll hit.
Do you want me to just roll all the hits and misses?
Roll all the hits. Let's
Okay.
just do this quickly.
Nat 20 on offhand.
With the offhand, great.
Okay. Nat 20 with on hand.
Okay.
And 19 with offhand.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I want to...
Statistically, I can't. Statistically, there's no way you don't kill this man.
Okay. I would like to loop the hook of the hook blade into his helmet and just put it over my shoulder and with all of my weight just tear his head/helmet off.
Okay. Okay, so
if there's a thing in there, I guess I stab him through the eyeball. But
so we're gonna do a face cam for this part. So you get there, that white light that you shot out of your chest is now right behind your eyes, and there's just this fury because you don't know where your best friend just went. Thalia just disappeared, and you're a little pissed, and you just rip into him. Like, you get the first hit and you catch him in the shoulder, and your spear just goes right into his helmet, which gives you the idea on the second swing of the sword to also go for the helmet. And with just these 2 things, you get him and you just rip and twist and you pop the head off, and there's no blood. There is some kind of there's sparking, and there's you hear this. Instead of hearing bones popping, you hear metal tearing, and you hear like just, and there's this spout of sparks as you rip his head off, and it just and it just drops to its knees and just falls on its face.
Dope.
Congratulations.
Well, that
He's
was
dead.
cool.
We can know. So, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's all I got. I'll just stand there admiring my decapitated robot shield man friend.
So, not to ruin the glory of that moment, I'm kind of picturing you as the massage robot from WALL-E, who's just like standing there, just like, and then one of the security rooms pops up, and he just like beats the shit out of it and goes back to it. That's the weird image I have in my head of Ronan right now. It's weird, and I don't want to think about it. So Thrall, you've just watched this thing be beheaded by your teammate. What would you like to do?
Good job, Ronan. I want to give him a high five.
I high five back.
Okay. I want to be like, give me a performance check that you literally can't fail. I just want to hear how awesome this is. But that's fine. Well, it's the high five equivalent of the predator bro handshake. So is there anything else you'd like to do, Thrall?
I think there was another thing up there, wasn't there? Near us?
There's the guy that Thalia's been thumping. Here, we'll go back down now that the kill is over. So, there's this dude here. Robbie is boxing in this dude. There's shit happening here and shit happening here. There's really 4 combat zones happening around the map at this moment.
Do I know that there's somebody like right there next to us?
You heard a scuffle. He's in front of a window, so yes. Yeah, you saw the crossbow bolt hit Ronan. There's a sound of there's a broken window, and there's the sound of a scuffle happening, and also a lot of wind, a lot of whooshing, angry noises.
Can I pull the black string?
Okay. Okay.
This is the first.
So, where are you looking when you pull that string?
Wherever that noise came from, the scuffle.
Okay. So, you reach into your head. Are you pulling gingerly, or are you just yanking on it?
Gingerly, because this is the first.
Okay. Be gentle. It's my first time. So there, you feel this. You start tugging, and you hear the voice go, "Oh, that won't do." Here, and it pulls super easily, and everything in. I need to remember if it's radius or ulna. That's a medical joke for those of you playing along at home. No, that's the wrong. What? Here it is. Okay. So, everything from here to here. This sphere of darkness, absolute pitch black, just pops into it, just fills this space around where that scuffle was happening. And Thalia, nothing changes for you as you have dark vision. Actually, no, you can't see all of a sudden because dark vision doesn't work in total darkness. So all of a sudden you are trapped in a sphere of pitch black. Unfortunately, so's the dude you were beating up on. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Thrall?
Is there access into the... Well, I guess I can move over towards where that guy was at.
Where the scuffle was happening?
Yeah, I wouldn't know which window, though.
You saw the broken window, like you were looking through the broken window when you cast it. So you were looking through the window to the noise of the scuffle, and that's where the darkness started and spread from. It's a direct line from you.
Could I move in to where that guy's at, or is it like? Okay, I'm gonna do that.
You could absolutely do that. And as you walk into the darkness, you see the veil and darkness in front of you, and you walk in, and it is black. And you hear, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and all of a sudden you can see in it just fine. And you see, as you come up to this broken window, you see this man in black who's just cowering and looking around frantically, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And you also see air currents moving around the room.
Chop his fucking head off!
What's your passive perception? Because I don't have my cheat sheet up right now.
10.
10? If for a split second you think you see a figure in that wind, in that air moving, but you're not quite sure. But you see this dude just cowering on the floor, trying to find a way out.
So is he laying or is he crouched down?
He's crouched down, and he's pulled out a short sword, and he's looking around in obvious confusion. He has no idea you're there.
Can I still attack?
Yep. The only thing you've done is high-fived and did a thing.
Well, I'm gonna hack at him.
Okay. Give me an attack at advantage. Because you can see him and he can't see you.
That is 24. What's this one? We'll go with the 24 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll for your second attack real quick. Just out of curiosity.
That is an 11.
How do you want to do this?
So is he in the corner? Is that what
He's basically like a couple of feet. He's probably 5 feet from the window. Not necessarily in a corner. There's a couple of tables and chairs around him, but he hasn't. There's room to get around him, but he hasn't. He's still kind of in the middle of this walkway.
Okay. Not gonna make it too fancy. We're just gonna go up to him, and we're just gonna take the sword and just stab him right through the sternum.
From behind or from the front?
From the front.
Okay. So,
actually, no. We'll start in the stomach and we'll lift him up.
Okay. So Thalia, you are looking for the man that you've been bludgeoning, and all of a sudden, you think your passive perception is 18, so you hear the sound of somebody not trying to sneak, not shuffling their feet, just walking completely normally.
I also know where my quarry is.
Yeah. So you know where the dude is, and all of a sudden, you hear this. And all of a sudden, you no longer have a quarry.
How much space did I move? I'm just out of curiosity.
You have maybe 5 feet of movement left, I think,
never mind.
because you used most of your movement getting in there. This man is dead. Great. And also, you can drop the darkness whenever you would like.
Oh yeah, I would drop it.
Okay.
After
you shake the body off your sword.
Yeah, and then do a little clean off with the.
Do the cool Ronin thing. So as the darkness just drops back to the center, and it looks, Thalia, as you're kind of floating around in this space, the darkness recedes, and you see it kind of gather into a ball at Thrall's chest, and his eyes look like they're glowing, like there's flame in those eyes. And as he cleans the blade and draws the blade across his chest, the darkness kind of just disappears as the sword crosses across his chest, and his eyes fade back to their normal color. So that's 2 dead. Very dramatic fashion. What's everybody else?
Now we know
the rest of the story. Where are my notes? Who's not? He is dead.
Look at Rachel posting GIFs while the game is going on. Look at this.
Holding me.
And a great gif, may I add.
it's an excellent gift.
Dude,
That will
fucking decked.
that'll make it in the final cut.
Makes me think of when Ryan Clark broke a dude's neck on a kickoff.
So what else have we got? Who's now? The problem is, who's left? Who do I have left to throw at you people?
Can I kill him for you? I want to kill something.
It's M4's turn. It is his turn.
Bring it on, motherfucker.
I hope he paralyzes you or whatever.
Chris, shut your mouth. You guys get to kill things. I want to kill something.
You
Fuck
got
you.
killed in my game. Does that count?
That's
Kendrick,
why I
had
need
for
retribution.
the first time tonight.
Yeah, you're.
I think Rachel outdamaged a couple of people this fight, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. What's your AC, Lyther?
Should be 16.
Okay. So he's going to the dude in front of you after he shakes off Cora. He looks at the two of you. And he lunges at you with his short sword and takes 2 slashes at you. You said your AC is 16?
Yeah.
First one catches you across the forearm. Second one catches you across the stomach. Give me 2 Constitution saves.
Cora told me not to get stabbed.
You didn't listen.
I tried to save. Oh, my Constitution is +0. Fuck me. That's a nat 20.
That's on one of
No.
them. What about the second one?
That's a 4.
But you're gonna say 1. I was like, oh no.
We have the extremes today. So you will be taking 14 points of piercing. And the cut to the arm, you kind of brush it off, wipe away at it. And the second one that catches you across the stomach, all of a sudden you go to block, it cuts you, and you try to follow up that block, and all of a sudden you can't move your hands. You can't move really anything. And you're just off balance enough from going for that block that you fall to the ground. You are now paralyzed and prone. So on your turn, you can make a Constitution save to attempt to shake it off.
Can I still have Cora do things if I'm...
You have to issue commands?
Well, she's a divine protector.
Correct. So
Protect my ass, Cora!
just the ass. So she will...
Is it my turn? I'm confused. I didn't know if it was actually...
no, that's just
Okay.
that's him attacking.
Right.
So you are now paralyzed. So at the start of your turn, you can attempt to shake it off. If you can't, that kind of skips your turn, and then Cora will go, following her instincts and
I feel like
her last directive.
If I can't tell her what to do, and I'm on the ground.
She's not going to stand there
concrete. She's not going to sit there.
Yeah, she's not going to sit there like an idiot.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I was like, God damn it.
And so the last guy that Lami and Mori are, Lami, Mori, and Frank are staring down, is going to, what's he gonna do?
Was he webbed?
No, he
No?
missed the web.
That was like an hour ago, and
It's been a minute. I understand.
This is so crazy.
There's a lot happening in a lot of different places. So, Lami and Mori, what are y'all's passive perceptions? And Frank as well.
11.
Maury's is 10, and I think Frank's is 15. Hold on, let me check. And Frank's is 14.
Okay. So, he's going to take a dagger, just pull it out of somewhere, and he's going to just huck it at Lami. Lami, give me a dexterity save.
Why do you gotta do me like this?
Because aside from you shield charging in like Reinhardt, there hasn't been a lot that happened to you.
At least you're not eating concrete currently.
Also, your dex save is still like what, a +6?
Yeah, it is. It's +7.
Okay, what'd you get?
22.
What'd you get? 5.
So this dagger slips between the cracks of your armor and nicks you.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a con save, please.
Eat concrete.
That's a natural 20.
God damn it.
Everybody's getting them. I got one now.
So you and you immediately feel the numbness start to race down your hand. And then there's this flash of light, and just you feel it literally burn itself out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just this like this plume of smoke jets out where the dagger came in, and the remains of the dagger kind of fall out of the chink in your armor.
Perfect.
And the dude just, when you look back up, the dude has disappeared.
He's gone.
Just gone.
I don't like that.
It is Kyle's turn. Don't believe he currently has an objective. So he's just going to he looks around. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
If his last command was to continue what he was doing, I kind of imagined that he would just start beating the crap out of the dead thing in front of him.
Yeah, okay, that's perfect, because he just walks over and he moseys over, picks up the head, and is holding it in one hand and is just crushing it with the other hand and just pulverizing it into pieces. That takes about 3 punches, and then he walks over to the shield and the body and just starts breaking off limbs with its feet.
Oh my god.
Oh.
The fuck?
Robbie summoned the murder bot.
And no need to worry about the charisma save. Everything is fine. We're all fine here. How are you? So, Lami, it is your turn.
It is my turn, and my buddy disappeared. Okay. I am going to dash over to Lythar and Cora.
I swear to God, if you take my kill.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're actually dashing.
Yes.
So you're able to get into the scrum.
Now let me see if you'll let me do this. I want to dash, and I want to drop my shield, and I just want to tackle the dude. I want to go down with him. I want to be on the ground, wrapped around him like a bear hug.
So you're just glomping him. Okay.
I'm just glomping him. I'm going for the full tackle.
Because it's not really an attack, but it kind of is an attack, but you're literally just like falling on him because you're a ballistic missile of meat.
Ballistic missile of meat. My next character's name.
Give me.
Make it athletics. Do it.
Make it athletics. This will be contested because it's not just against his AC. This is a contested.
Perfect. All right. So that's a 24. Thank you, plus 8.
25. So, because you're not quiet, and there's clang, 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 he sees you coming, and after the rest of the shit this dude has seen, he's been mauled by a glowing wolf. There's an elf boy lying face down on the ground with a dog standing over him, and now there's what looks like a dragon in full plate about to smear him into the floor. He basically he doesn't drop his sword, but he takes a quick second and he basically steps up onto a stall, like the very first stall on the Walk of Faith, and just hops up and just jumps over you as you sail past him in this full-on dive. And you skid probably 20 feet past him on your face.
Cool.
It was a beautiful tackle.
It was a good try.
You kind of missed.
That bastard.
Gore. Maury, you and Frank.
So the guy's just gone.
Correct. If you want to make active perception checks to try and find him, because his stealth check was high enough that he got past everyone's passive perceptions. So you guys need to actively
we'll give it a
search
shot.
for him.
We'll give it a shot. Maury's is 18.
Fuck Deshaun Watson.
Hey,
Frank's is 17. I think. No, sorry. Frank's is also 18.
So, you both catch what looks like a footprint appearing in the dust about 20 feet away from where you last spotted him. I'm going to actually pull this up so we can see a little better. So about 20 feet, and you see the outline of him about to turn this corner.
Man. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna take another shot at him with the equalizer.
Okay. You're gonna shoot?
Yeah.
Okay, give me that attack roll.
That is a 22.
That will hit.
Nice. I just lose my... I just lost my D10. I don't know where it went. All right.
Roll 2d5s and add them together.
I have one of those like weird percentage dies. That's also
Yeah, that's
a
fine.
D10, right?
That is a d10. That will work.
is the 0 a 10?
The 0 is a 10. There's no 0 on a d10.
There's never a 0 on a dice, Chris. That's not how dice work.
What?
Extra fuck you. 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 0 is a 10.
Yeah, I got a 0 on my
17 damage.
17.
Now we're-
Oh.
Now we're just arguing semantics.
All right, so you blast this dude. And you beat him square in the back as he's running. And like there's a like you hit him pretty honking hard. And he stumbles a little bit, but he stays on his feet. What would you like Frank to do?
I guess I'm gonna have Frank chase after him.
Okay. You can definitely get up there to hit him. Do you also want to do your best football impression?
You know what? Sure. I'm gonna have Frank try and do the exact same thing that Lamy did.
Okay.
Charge at him.
Okay.
That's a
Give
metal
me-
ballistic missile.
Deck him with his shield.
Ballistic missile.
Like a comet.
Like a comet. Doesn't quite have the same flair for the dramatic that Lamy's did. But let's do. Let me see. Is there anything? Let's make this into a force-empowered rend. Let's make this into an attack.
Okay.
Because it's not a bonus action. So we'll make this like into. He's turned himself into the force that's empowering and rending. So let's do that.
Attack roll. That is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Nice. And then a 1d8.
Give me. Cool. So yeah, roll damage for me.
That is a 5. 5 damage.
And give me have Frank give me a athletics check to nail the grapple.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Frank has an athletics +7. Not dirty.
It's an athletic robot.
14.
Yep. You got a 1. Hey. So when Frank makes this diving like this, it's the Superman pose from the Iron Giant, where he's just like, it's this beautiful just sprawl, just runs up, bam, and hits him and just like drops onto him. And basically, it's one of those where you're like, you're not sure if Frank is trying to hold him down or if Frank is literally just not holding his own weight and he's just flopped down on top of him. But it looks like when he tried to, like, whoever you captured, however he tried to dodge out of the way, he ended up like pinning himself, and it looks like one of his arms might be broken. And he's definitely like torqued over, and is pinned. He is grappled.
Nice.
He ain't going
And-
nowhere.
Could I use Maury's movement to kind of like run towards Mr. M5 too?
Yeah. Hop down. That's only 10 feet, so no rolls there. What's your speed?
I think it's like 30. Hold on. Nope, it's only 25 because I'm short.
Yeah. So you hop down and you'll get a running leap, so you'll cover a little more ground when you leap off the doodah.
Nice.
So we're back at the top of the order with Thalia,
Cool.
the spooky invisible lady in the ceiling.
Is invisible dude visible that Frank just tackled? Or did Frank just tackle air?
Frank did tackle him. He tried to. Now that Frank has him pinned, you know where the dude is. Yeah, he is all the way across the square, which is like 90 to 100 feet. But he's over there.
Okay. Can I move my full flying, which is 50 feet towards towards the whatever direction that is. And then
To the west. Yeah.
yeah, am I within 60 feet of this dude now?
Yes.
I'm gonna float down, and I'm going to drop my polymorph
Okay.
and cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. So you see this as you're kind of falling to the ground. The dust that you're kicking up from Kyle's landing has scattered enough that you guys see the shape within the wind, and it settles down, and you see it looks like spikes are coming out of its back, but then it slowly resolves into Thalia with her bagpipes. The bagpipes are kind of wheezing a little bit as their bag is expended. And she points and casts, and that ends. What's the radius on Dispel Magic?
It just says 120 feet.
Right, the radius of where you're targeting.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure you didn't hit Frank with that, because he just made the hero play.
No, I can target since I know where this creature that Frank is pinning.
Okay, so you see a couple of puffs of, you'd almost think were smoke, come out of a couple of different things. Suddenly he's completely visible. He's still in his dark leathers. And there's a puff of something that just came out of his mouth. You see this puff of this purple mist just come out of his through the mask that he's wearing, and you hear him be like, no, and he starts wrestling more and more against Frank, but Frank's got him like locked in. And this is the first time you've heard any of them actually speak anything. Is this man just screaming, no, flailing against the metal that he's pinned down by? Is there anything else?
I think that covers all my. Oh, I can Bardic Inspire, can I?
You can if you'd like.
Oh yeah. I will inspire. 60 feet of me. Oh. I'm gonna inspire Robbie.
Yay!
At this point, because of all the chaos, it's just kind of gonna be sad bagpipe noises as she's trying to get them back into working order. She's like, you can do it!
All right, so Robbie, you're now feeling magically inspired and rejuvenated by this pair of bagpipes.
That is the most beautiful music. Okay, so I may need you to actually check on this spell for me, but I believe if I'm reading it correctly, while this thing is under my control, if I stop concentrating on the spell, he will just disappear. The demon disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends, which would be me not concentrating on it.
So because you still have control over him, he goes away. If he is uncontrolled and you stop concentrating, it's 1d6 rounds before he goes away, or he drops to 0.
Excellent. Well, now that the big thing is gone and he's just sitting over there playing with its parts, I'm going to stop concentrating on the spell.
Okay.
So he can disappear.
Okay. So you just see like this crunch, and Ronan, you're watching this thing just like it's now like basically on its hands and knees, like hunting down larger pieces and breaking them up. You also notice, Ronan, as it's been like it's pulverized the shield into just like pieces. But as it started punching the chest was hollow, and it looked like there were some kind of restraints in it. But you didn't really get enough time to get a real good look before it just shattered this thing to pieces. But you hear this clang, clang, and like the fist goes down and into the stone, and the rest of the thing just falls with it, just gone.
Huh.
All right, so Robbie's no longer concentrating. Kyle will be added to the pile of fucking supplemental characters we have. And what would you like to do, friend?
So the next question is, range spell attack in melee is at disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've got inspiration now, so screw it. I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on M2 in front of me.
Okay.
I've got the inspiration. I'm just gonna swing the Hexblade at him.
Okay.
What's the inspiration die now?
It is. Let me check. 1d8.
1d8. All right. Well, let me see if I want to add it to this roll. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah. And then the Hexblade is.
What's the hit die?
Two-handed is 1d10 plus 5.
How do you want to do this?
Cool.
Not even worth making you roll for it.
So, because I'm so pissed off and this guy has been fighting me and everything, I'm basically gonna get right up in his face, put my hand on his shoulder, and slide my sword into his stomach. But as I do, my eyes are gonna glow. And because the kill is the action for this, I'm going to say, your job's not over, friend. And step back, and as his body hits the floor, his spirit stays standing in front of me. For a Cursed Spectre.
Excellent!
Whoa!
Oh, God!
What?
I forgot that Robbie is secretly the most metal human being on the planet, and it's not just because he's a robot. Oh boy.
Oh my god!
I forgot that.
Wait, his soul is
So
out of
you
his
see, kids,
body?
it's important to learn all of the text of the spells you gave your players, because I totally forgot that was a thing you can do.
What?
Alright, so remind me again about Cursed Spectre.
Oh, we're gonna have to add somebody else to initiative. When you slay a humanoid, you can cause its spirit to rise as a specter that gains 3 temporary HP. Roll initiative for the specter, which has its own turns. It obeys your verbal commands, gains a +5 bonus to its attack rolls, and remains until the end of your next long rest.
Okay. Who's
You're
next?
a robot necromancer?
So actually, it's Lythar and Cora. So
Do I make a con save to see if
give me a con save quick.
please?
Jeez. That's I forgot you did that.
That's a 12.
Okay, so you're trying to fight off the effects of this, and unfortunately, it's
Still eating concrete.
You're
All
still
right.
you're getting, your fingers are starting to twitch a little bit, but you're not really getting any kind of momentum. You're like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill.
Oh
Wiggle
god.
your big
But
toe.
she's wiggling her big toes, yeah.
And like that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to like brute force your way through this poison, but it's not working.
Oh.
Cora, on the other hand, is pissed the fuck off.
She's ready to fuck him up. Can I
And
roll
roll
to attack?
to
Does she
attack.
does she still get advantage? Because I'm still there. I'm just
You are
not-
incapacitated. Does not work.
Oh,
Wait,
So
isn't
right-
Islami? Oh no, he skidded like what 20 feet.
Yeah.
The wolf has
said-
advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet and the ally is not incapacitated. Fun fact, you're incapacitated.
No, but did Lami skid that
Lami,
far
yeah.
away?
Lami's more than 5 feet away.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, Cora, it's up to you. Nat 20 to hit.
Cool. How do you want it to do this?
Don't kill him. Don't kill him.
No, Frank's already got someone tackled.
But does Cora? So here's my thought. You can
Cora does
attempt to
not
make this
know.
non-lethal. Cora doesn't know. Does Cora care?
No, I've already been thinking about this for like 20 minutes. If I was going to kill this person,
I've had 30 minutes of going through initiative to figure out what the hell she's gonna do.
exactly. I was hoping this would happen. So, this man is not prone currently, right? Because he
Correct.
hit me.
He is
All right.
he is still upright because he dodged Lami's dive. He's kind of in a crouch and he's turned and he's looking at Lami, the draconic intercontinental draconic missile that just missed him. So he's very not looking at you, at either of you.
All right, so hear me out. I'm going for descriptiveness here.
Great.
Cora is going to fucking pounce on this man. And he's looking at Lami.
Yep, he's looking that way.
So she's gonna jump and like get the side of his shoulder and pin him down so she's looking at him, or so he's looking at her. But while she does that, her claws are gonna go like through his shoulders. And she's gonna pin him down. And the poisonous short sword is gonna fall out of his hand, I'm assuming. Because, you know, he just got claws in his shoulders. She's gonna look at the sword. She's gonna look at me, Lythar, kissing the ground. And she's gonna, her hackles are gonna rise up. And she's gonna look up at the quarter crescent moon, I think you said it was.
Yep.
And she's gonna howl. She's just gonna look up and go, like, "Ow!" And she's gonna stare this dude in the eye, and she's just gonna fucking bite into his throat and rip it out.
So, as she's howling, in that howl, because Speak with Animals, I believe, is still up. In that howl, it's, you hear, and it's weird because it doesn't, it's not words, but it sounds like she said, "Don't touch my family." As she just bites and just one clean rip. And when she's howling, she starts to glow. She becomes the brightest thing. Yeah, I know. I got you.
I meant to mention that. Shit, you're right.
No, she when she howls, it's not quite like a shaft of moonlight comes down and hits her. It's like she outshines the moon and just bites and tears. And as she rips the throat, it's just there's just darkness in this alley.
For you viewers at home, when I did that throat thing, I squeezed my throat a little too hard because I got really into that. So, dedication,
excellent.
Folks.
So he is dead.
Woo! I was thinking about that for like.
Effectively, we're out of combat.
I want to get my chain.
Okay, you find the chain in the midst of all of these broken arm pieces. Robbie, what would you like to do with your new friend? your new traveling companion. Robbie made his own best friend. God, that's dark.
Follow me. We have work to do. So he's just going to stick by my side till I give him a different command.
Okay, so he's just following.
Can we see him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, there is this specter. Is there any kind of weird coloration, or is it just like just a white? It just looks like a typical like white ghosty soul kind of thing.
It looks like a typical white ghosty soul. Like it's. I was kind of thinking more of the translucent blue kind of effect to it.
Okay. There is what looks like a stab mark in his chest, stomach area, as well as the seal of the Primus on his forehead. So there is just this cog with this central circle point on it, on this ghost that's following Robbie around. As Robbie is still dripping blood, the dude's blood from his sword. So everyone... Oh, I totally moved through.
I'm just gonna go pick up my shield.
I want to go up to the person that Frank has pinned.
Okay. I am going to go sit on Frank's back.
Perfect. I like that.
Oh, and while I'm walking over, I'm gonna activate light, and I'm gonna have it as my wings, my angel wings.
Yeah. All right. Excellent.
Am I still just kissing the ground while everyone's doing all this badass shit? I'm just on the ground. Am I still just like, yep. I tried.
God, make him
You
roll
find
for
it.
please.
So, Lythar, give me a con save.
Just because everyone's like, I spread my angel wings. I sit on my robot. I get my chain. I'm like, I'm still making out with the con.
As I go to pick up my shield, I'm just gonna touch Lythar and use some lay on hands on him.
Okay.
So
Lythar's.
Like nonchalantly walk by, just touch him on the head and walk by.
Does that do hit points or remove conditions?
You can touch a creature to restore any number of hit points remaining in the pool, or 5 hit points to either cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Yeah, do that. So, okay. Lythar, Cora is licking your face to try and get you up, and you feel this gauntleted hand like touch you on the shoulder, and all of a sudden, you feel like you've slept on things wrong, and you're like everything was tense, and now you're able to move and relax. And Lami, are you just like touching him and walking away?
Yep, just touch him, keep walking.
So you look back, and in the light of this, the light pouring through the fountain, the kind of shimmering light, you just see the dragon picking up his shield and a couple of other things, and like has his hand on his sword, and he just keeps casually walking. He's being really coolly frontlit, actually, because Thalia's wings are glowing, and so it's coming through this fountain, and there's this really cool marbling effect on him. It kind of looks badass, but I feel like Lythar would never tell him.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna like look at Lami and think like, wow. Take it off. Look at Cora. look at the dead body, see this man's throat just mutilated, look back at Cora, and I'm just gonna say in Elvish, family? And I'm gonna give her a whole bunch of lovings.
She doesn't respond to the family question. She just kind of comes over and like puts her head kind of up into your shoulder and is kind of nuzzling you, like
nuzzles.
being all cute and shit. She's still covered in blood, like her mouth is still bloody. It's still like, and also like when you look at his throat, it's not like shredded and mutilated. It's just one clean bite. Like it was precise. It was not the attack of a wild animal. So y'all are up. As the three of you kind of mosey away, and Thrall, you as well. Keelik is still face down in the middle of this.
I'm gonna leave him there. I'm not walking towards him.
Right, so you're over there. Anybody else want to do anything, or are you all just gonna leave Keelik in the dirt?
I'll go with him.
Once I talk to a dude, I'll help him out.
Okay.
I guess I'll go in the direction of wherever everyone else is going.
I'm going towards Frank and
Or-
Ori
by the
to
way,
see what's
Holly
going
is
on
back.
with this one dude.
Is there anything left of the guy for me to like look for clues to see what these restraints were, or is it just like
Give me
a ball?
an
of
investigation check
metal?
before
Oh boy,
you.
I'm good at those.
Uh,
Ooh. Investigation. Ooh, it's +0, 17.
It looks like from in the brief glimpses you saw before they was annihilated into tiny pieces of metal the size of coins.
Sorry.
It looked like when he was pulling at the chest pieces, some of them swung open easier than others, and you find some hinges in the body in some of the larger pieces. And you're seeing what looks like manacles and restraints. And you're pretty sure you've seen prisoner transports before. You like when you were blacksmithing a couple of projects where they were like, hey, can you pin this shackle inside a wagon? So if we have a convict, he's pinned up to the wall like this for the 4-day trip, because we don't want him reaching into his pockets to get anything out. And you're seeing that same kind of architecture and the same kind of construction on the inside of this thing, and of the pieces you could piece together. And since you kind of watched you watched Kyle pummel the snot out of it, it looks like this is something that they like. You could put somebody in it inside this machine, because that's what it ended up being, was some kind of machine. So Thrall, you're over with Keelik, and Keelik has actually, he's gotten the glaive in one hand, and he's very slowly bringing it up towards him, and like, so his hands and some of his, and like he's got hand and wrist movement, and he's breathing pretty shallowly, but it looks like he's trying to fight it, and he's trying to stand up.
I'm gonna help him up the rest of the way.
Okay. He is still paralyzed. So if he's got the glaive in one hand. Okay. He's able to kind of adjust the glaive enough that you don't have to take all of his weight. And as he starts walking, he starts to loosen up a little bit. You still have to carry a lot of his weight. And he's still breathing really shallowly, but he's able to. He's not completely paralyzed at this moment. So you guys make your way over. So everybody is gathered around this captured man, which Frank and Maury are both sitting on top of.
Can I sit on him too?
Like on top of Frank?
Yeah. No, I guess I won't. I won't sit on Frank. I like Frank.
Just circle everybody up. There's Robbie and his ghosty pal. And so, yeah, as you guys all approach, you see Robbie walking towards you with this translucent blue figure behind him of one of these figures in black that attacked you.
It's like dark out right now, right?
It is dark. You're starting to hear a little bit of ruckus. You're starting to hear a couple of bells ringing in the distance, because there was just a somewhat large fight in the middle of the square. There's now a large crater over in this particular corner. You've drawn a little bit of attention, but right now most of the light is coming from a couple of streetlights and some. Cora is still glowing. Thalia is also throwing a lot of light because she has her wings on. There is enough light to see by where you guys are standing.
I would just like to say that we all look badass.
I want to kneel down in front of the guy, like where he's pinned, and I just want to go, "What do you want from me?"
I don't know.
At that point, I'll look at the Spectre and go, scare him.
Okay.
Why is Robbie so perfect?
Is she telling the truth?
Yes. Your ring's picking up that he doesn't know. And the Spectre just like leans forward and actually phases through everybody on his walk over. And it's this weird chill. It's like cold. It's not like cold and wet. It is cold metal. It's this weird steel feeling as it phases through you. And as it's walking forward, it pulls down its mask. And there's nothing. And it leans down. And when it starts talking, the mouth appears. And he looks... The spirit looks young. Maybe mid-20s. Younger kid. Still has the really gaunt cheekbones of a kid that grew up not having a ton of food and never really gained that weight back. He just kind of leans in and gets very, very close. He goes, "Boo." And the man, real quick,
Shits his pants.
he like he's looking and he looks and like there's a brief second of recognition across his face, and it looks like what's everybody's passive insight?
10.
12.
Mine is also
13.
Oh,
it's like 10.
13.
Okay. So those of you with 13s, it looks like he's about to cry. And he's like, I don't know why they wanted you.
Who's they?
People who hired me.
Who hired you?
Some weird person in red.
You're supposed to take me.
Or, and he kind of throws a look over to, he looks through the kid to Robbie. He goes, or him, or really any of you, but mostly you two.
Where?
To a warehouse. Or through the sewers. They didn't exactly tell me where the meeting place was going to be. I was supposed to contact them when I had you, and they would tell me where to go.
Can you still contact them?
And he's like, well, no. Because, well, it's broken. He kind of throws his chin over to the corner where the large construct is now scattered over, 20, 25 feet. He goes, they paid me more money up front than me and my boys have seen 30 years of working here. And you told me, and he's looking at the Spectre, and he goes, you told me not to look at the money, but it was too good. Are there any of them alive? Or am I the lucky one?
For now.
How old is this guy? Sorry.
It's hard to tell through the mask
Gotcha.
that he's still got. He definitely, from his posture, from the way he carries himself, he's definitely older. Probably late 40s, just like from his build and physique. He's got that. He carried himself with a little more pride before he was smeared to the ground. And he is now just silent, and he's just looking at the Spectre in front of him.
So where are you from? Just curious.
Well, why do you care? I sure don't.
I'm just trying to make friendly conversation here. I mean, you're stuck.
Hmm. And he throws a quick look to all of you, and he's like, have any of you done this before?
And I will lean down right in his face. We require very specific information. It would appear that you do not have that information. Your life is becoming less valuable. And I'll look directly at the Spectre that he seems to have some sort of relationship with and go, his life currently is worth more than yours.
Well, then start asking questions then.
I need to find your employer. It seems illogical that they would only give you one method of contacting them, or no way to deliver your prize when it was done.
They were one and the same. And he throws his head over to the crater and goes, that was our ride.
After he says,
Sorry, one more time, Rachel.
Can I run over to the crater? Is there anything I can mend?
It would take a team of people mending for about a week.
Can I find, like, I know Ronan's been digging through the pile. Is there anything that looks like a transmitter, a receiver.
Give me an investigation check.
Cool. I'm gonna use inspiration. Investigation.
Mhm.
That's a 19.
Okay, so inside the helmet, you're inside what's left of the head on this thing. It looks, you're kind of start sifting through, and inside you see, you're kind of reaching around inside, and you find what looks like, it looks like a sending stone, but this is not like the one you had with Lady Cost or the one you had with Ergen. This is, instead of looking like a face on a stone, it looks just like a flat disc of metal. And there's a couple of divots in it. There's a couple of like, it looks like it got banged up, but since it's a solid piece, it didn't come apart as easily, so whatever Robbie brought down didn't really have too much of a concern for it. And there is, like, when you pick it up, there's a weird tingle of magic to it. And it doesn't look like a mouth as much as it looks like a box. On the face of it, just like a square hole in this thing, but when you look at it, it doesn't look like it goes, it looks like it just seeds into the disc but doesn't have a bottom. If you want me to draw it, I can, because I'm explaining this terribly.
So it's a flat disc with a square on it that goes through it, but it doesn't go through it. It's like an endless square.
Yeah, pretty much that, except everything is square and proportional, and it's just that flat box just falls pretty much forever into it. And it's magical.
Yeah. And I feel magic coming from it?
Correct.
D&D Beyond is not cooperating him.
While Thalia is over there, is there anything anyone would like to do to this poor man?
Yes.
I say we knock him out, take him back to the palace, and interrogate him.
Well, I was gonna say this, but then Rachel said something. I want to let her finish. So I guess while she started investigating, I was just gonna like put my hand next to Cora and like snap and point at his face. And I was gonna have her like literally. Frank has him tackled, right?
Yeah.
How big is Frank?
Frank is pretty huge. I don't know.
Pretty
Huge.
He's like
He's
6
huge.
foot, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like
He's
6
like-
foot tall.
And he's in a chess piece. He's in like half plate.
Okay, so Cora, after I go, is gonna like softly walk on Frank and get right in his face. And she's gonna just start like baring her teeth, and the person she just killed, his blood is just gonna start dripping on his face.
Okay. Have Cora make an intimidation check for me with advantage because she's covered in.
Because that was badass.
Isn't Maury sitting on Frank?
Yeah. I was gonna pick him up like Darth Vader and choke him.
So, is her intimidation, would that just be her strength modifier?
A charisma.
Charisma? Ooh,
How charismatic is that dog?
-2, that's how charisma.
Yeah, I'll
I mean, that was pretty badass, if you ask me.
That's why you get advantage. But you're not trying to like actively scare him. Yeah. You get it at advantage.
So that's a 16.
Okay. He, for a split second, he's just kind of like, he's looking at all of you, and then the blood starts to pitter-patter on his forehead, and he looks up and sees Cora, like, nose to nose with him, snarling. And he's less composed. But he definitely is not pants-shittingly afraid like the dude was in the alley when you fought, or in the Walk of Faith where you guys were fighting initially.
So I guess while she's on top of him, I'm just gonna be like, "There's no other way to contact your employer. No other way. Are you sure about that?"
No. They told me I come back successful or don't come back at all. It's kind of refreshing when they tell you that up front.
So what if you came back successful with all of us?
And he starts... He kind of starts staring off, and you see him, like... You can see him thinking through your suggestion.
We don't need to contact anybody. We need to know their location.
He can bring us to their location, Lami.
Or I could just start ripping his toes off until he tells me where to go.
I'm just gonna
If we should find some sort of communication device in the rubble that is
run
left
back
over.
over. Like, yeah, I think I found the sending stone. Also, by the way, as I'm running back over, I'm gonna tap Keelik and use Lesser Restoration.
Okay, so he's back up, and he kind of shakes it off, and as he kind of stands under on his own 2 feet and flexes everything, and he looks over to Thrall and goes, "I like that one. She's pretty nice."
Yeah, she's a good one.
Settles the glaive into a guard position, and he walks over towards the bottom of this pinned man, like down by his feet, and starts kind of looking at him. And the pinned man just looks and goes, "Oh, well, I'm sure that will help you get in touch with them. Because yeah, I don't. They literally gave me that and said,
What were you supposed to tell him? You got the girl, you got the robot.
yeah, tell them which one I got, and
Do you know how to use it?
no, I was just supposed to tell the robot."
Hey, Thal, you mind if I take a look at that thing?
Oh, it does feel magical. It might be a sending stone. It looks unusual though. I'll hand it over.
Can I do some checky checks to see if I know what it is or how it works?
Give me. Do you have Identify?
Is that like a spell?
That is a
I
spell.
have Identify.
You do.
Because it'll be Identify or a series of checks to find out what the hell you know about.
I can cast Identify if you want.
Okay.
I got some pretty good checks.
Go. Yeah, Maury, if you want to make some Arcana checks, we could do that.
All right.
We'll make that happen.
While this is going on, can I go gather up the bodies and go through all their shit?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just drag them into the middle of the square and start going through all their pockets.
Classic.
So, which one are you starting with?
I'll start with the one that made Lythar eat the ground.
Okay, so you're gonna go over
The
behind
one
the
with
fountain.
The chunk out of its throat.
So you walk over to the Walk of Faith, and there is a large puddle of blood where this dude was, where this dude is laying. And you go through his pockets, and you find a couple of crossbow bolts and his short sword and a dagger, that all have the kind of a weird yellow tinge to them.
I'm gonna gather all of them.
Okay. How careful are you being with these?
Pretty careful.
Okay.
Is he wearing like a cloak or anything?
Nope,
wrap
he's
his
just wearing
shit
like
in-
combat. He's wearing like combat leathers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the arrows and the dagger.
Okay. And you're
'Cause
dragging the body.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag the body with the other hand.
Okay. So Ronan comes back carrying a bunch of gear and dragging this body behind him like a dejected teddy bear.
I'll just hand the poison things to Robbie, and then I'll go back and find someone else, so then we can go back to Maury.
Okay. So yeah, Maury, give me.
So the first check I got it was a 13 for Arcana.
Okay. So Thalia had the right idea. It is a sending stone. It's a weird make and model. It seems like it does the same thing, but it's more than just you put magic into it and it turns on. This required. This had two functions, but you're not 100% sure what the second function was outside of communication.
Do you want me to cast my spell? Would that help?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, identify.
I was hoping Maury was going to cast it and be like, "Oh yes, my conclusions are true. I thought it was this."
Yes, I do all of these
cast
things.
it. Yes.
I
So-
don't have identify.
So this item is a modified sending stone. It's built to basically the bottomless pit of it. Shows that it kind of can reach. It reaches a little further, and it's a more secure line. And it also will. It seems like it's the kind of thing that it will examine whoever uses it. And there's some kind of observation that goes along with you when you make the call. It looks like it's the sort of thing where you get a visual readout of whoever you're contacting, and they can show you something on your end or their end. But based off of what the gentleman has told you, and where this was in the helmet, it would allow whoever's on the other line to see through the mechanism and also be able to see whatever was inside the construct. If something had been captured and kept inside that construct, it would be able to look at it and thinking of it from a bounty hunter perspective. You're confirming the identity of the person that whoever says, "Hey, I brought you this guy." You're able to be like, "It is this person. They are in confirming that the operation has been completed successfully at very little risk to yourself because it's inside an enormous hunk of machinery that most people wouldn't be able to smash into tiny pieces." Congratulations, you are not most people. If that was ever in doubt.
So I'll relay that to everyone.
Do you know how to activate the stone?
I assume my best guess would, well, if we wanted to continue the trap, if we cleared out, I think it's got a visual feed on it. So if you cleared out, have me, I don't know, pretend to be paralyzed on the ground next to the smashed robot and have the guy make the call. I don't think it would work if I made the call, but we could try to make this trap work still.
I have a plan to make him make the call. Let's go set that up.
All right.
Okay.
Ronan, as you're continuing to shuffle through the pockets, you start to hear more bells ringing and guards. You start to hear the sound of metal footsteps running. It's distant, but it sounds like the guards are on their way.
Oh, good. I
So
only
you-
need 60 seconds.
You're on a bit of a time crunch. Also, Ronan, you have now brought all of these bodies to the center of the square. And so there's just this, there are streaks of blood running through the dust, and there's just a pile of 4 bodies in the center of the
How
square.
many poison arrow things did I find?
You have quick maths. 25.
And they're bolts, they're not arrows.
25
correct?
crossbow bolts.
Bolts, okay.
Uh,
Can I keep
and-
those without stabbing myself?
Very carefully, yes.
Okay.
Are you gonna try and make something out of poison crossbow bolts?
No.
He's gonna
That's a
make
good idea.
25 things out of poison crossbow bolts. So you guys are under a time limit. What is the plan there, Robbie?
Okay, so get everything set up so that it looks visually like the robot was smashed, but he still managed to knock Thalia out. If it's triggered like a normal sending stone, I'm gonna hold it at his face while everybody else is kind of out of frame.
Okay.
And then looking at him, and right before I activate the sending stone, I'm gonna go, "Excuse me though, friend. Would you please tell your employers that the job is complete and we need to find the meeting place?"
Quickly,
And I will
the
tell
guards are
friend.
coming.
Okay. All right. There's a weird flash across his vision, and he just settles. He kind of stands there. Thalia's on the ground. Thalia, give me a deception or performance check, please, whichever you'd prefer.
Oh, they're about the same. That's a 21.
Okay. And the call, there's this, and there's a weird flash of red light, and kind of like the Emperor in pick your favorite Star Wars movie that isn't the most recent one. It's just there's this figure all in red. Thalia, are your eyes open? Or are they shut?
I guess since I made the perception, or since I made that check, would it look better if they're closed?
Up to you. You're fine either way.
I'll have them open.
Okay. So you see this red figure appear. 2 of you, one other person, recognize this figure. And the figure stands there and goes, "Why did you break it?" He goes, "Listen, there were a lot of them, and they're pretty big, and listen, it's fine. We got them. I need to know where to go." And the figure just looks around and looks at you, Thalia, like leans forward at you. Make a deception check for me.
I was just about to say, like, I'll twitch like I'm fighting, trying to fight off paralysis.
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
Need you to sell this.
17.
Okay. So there's a little bit of twitching, and the figure kind of like looks a little closer, and the metal footsteps get louder. And the man goes, "Listen, I don't have time. Where are we going? Where am I taking her?" And he goes, beneath the city, there's a door. Find the rats. They'll take you to it. We'll meet you there. Don't be late. And he turns, and the red light just
Dragons!
away.
Not good.
And dragons. That's where we will end.
Oh!
With the city guard on their way. The assassin that you've captured is about to come out of friends. And you know that things are happening. And we'll pick up next week.
Cora, bite his throat. Get out of there.
It's going to be a good time.